Alrighty, hello and welcome to Game Week 35. I can't believe we are here for Game Week 35. It's actually insane. Where's the season gone? I'm not sure. We are here. I'm slightly late. There was a slight camera malfunction. I don't know what was going on, but I think I'm good. Hopefully this is live. It's going to come through nice and loud with some luck as well. I'm hoping, but we'll see. I'm just waiting for it to come through live on my phone so I can just double check that we're good to go. But I think we are good. Hopefully someone is in here that can say that they can hear me sooner rather than later. Yes, someone said g'day. Hello, Chris. How are you? Yes, the sound is coming through. We sound good. All right, I'm going to cue the intro music. Let's get into it. It's a big show. I still don't even know what moves I'm going to make with my own team this week. So that's going to be interesting. It's going to be a mad 2 hours and 10 minutes to the deadline. Lots to get through, and yeah, let's just jump straight into it. So there we go. We are in. Hopefully the live chat is showing up. Yes, it is. Fantastic. Look at that. All right. And everyone, Chris is in here. He's joined us. Get involved in the chat. I don't even know what people are doing with their teams. All I know is that my team for Game Week 35 actually looks pretty good on paper without me making a transfer at all. I'm still debating about Bruyne captain versus Bowen, and I think for me, those two fixtures are the two best fixtures you can target this week, and for that reason, that is where I am currently on. I'm not sure whether that will change between now and the deadline, but yeah, I think that's what I'm going with. I think I've got the benchings right. I haven't even really thought too much about the benchings. I think the benchings, in all true reality, make perfect sense. Like Clive versus Murphy is the only one that even comes close to me. After I watched the Nottingham Forest game last night, I just feel like Crystal Palace are going to get something from this game. I'm backing in Glasner to get table bonus. So if you're on the assistant manager chip, I'd just be playing it this week. Play it on Glasner. Surely he gets 20 points this week. I just got a feeling he gets 20 points this week. They've just been, I don't know. Crystal Palace have just been bad in general. But I just think Forest are running out of steam at the wrong time of the season. And I'm kind of glad I didn't bring in Chris Wood. I debated about bringing in Chris Wood early for Marmouche. And I feel like now I'm definitely glad I've got Marmouche this week instead of Chris Wood. So hopefully that pays off. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it's going to be one of them things. It's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out over the rest of the season. I mean, Chris Wood and 36 looks amazing. I obviously have 7.4 million in my bankers things stand at the moment. And realistically, when I look at my team, the place that needs the biggest upgrade this week, I actually think is Raya in goal. Like Verbruggen is... I actually can't believe someone actually picked up when I said he's dead to me in my team. He is dead to me. I wish that I'd never bought this man. He frustrates me so much. He's done crickets for me. He's actually done crickets for me. Look, I just want to pull it up. I just wanted to show you how bad this man has been for me. I bought him in game week 12, right, on wildcard. FYI, look at the points that he's delivered for me. He got 2 points in game week 12. No, 3 points in game week 12. 2 in game week 13, 1 in game week 14. All these ones here, Southampton, Fulham, Leicester, I expected clean sheets, right? And he got nothing. And I played him in all these games because it made perfect sense. Got 1 point against Fulham, 1 point against Leicester, 1 point against Palace, 3 points against West Ham. And then I just ditched him. I was like, I can't deal with this idiot anymore. I got rid of him, I sold him. I can't even remember who I bought him for. Maybe someone can remind me who I bought him for in the chat, but I was done with him. And then all of a sudden, as soon as I got rid of him, what happened? He got 9 points against Brentford. Then he had an okay thing. He got -1 here against Nottingham Forest. He got 10 against Chelsea, 6 against Southampton. And I thought, here we go. All right, game week 30. He's done all right. He's actually kept some clean sheets. Bruyne maybe look like they should have the same kind of run again. And then what happens? Game week 30, 3-0 loss. Game week 31. 2-1 loss. Game week 32, when I need him most on bench boost, Leicester at home, and somehow Leicester scored 2 goals. Are you kidding me? This man has been the single worst player I've owned all season long. Outside, I'm just trying to think about a worst player I've owned this season. Bart Verbruggen, you know what he reminds me of? Bart bloody Simpson. That's how good he's played. He might as well put Bart Simpson in there. He would have had better chance of keeping a damn clean sheet. What's going on, Peter? How are you, buddy? Nice to see you in the chat. Yeah, you've just heard. That was the Tom moment. Barbara Bruggen, Tom moment. Also, how funny is Tom's free hit draft? If you want to have someone funny, go and check out the WhatsApp group. Tom shared his free hit draft in there from last week. He played free hit and got 51 points. How is that even possible? The man did not have Cunha on free hit. He had Chris Wood and Isaac on free hit, and I don't even know who his third forward was, but whoever it wasn't Cunha. So I'm not sure how you play a free hit and don't have Cunha in your team in game week 34, but I find that quite amusing. We are talking about Tom here. He's a bit of a loose unit. Probably forgot about his team and then realised, oh, whoops, I played a chip, did I? All right, let's have a look. I had a choice of Mbeumo to either Sarr, Saka or Rodgers. I went Sarr out. I want Saka in 38 and all chances accounted for. All right, yeah, that makes perfect sense. If you are playing for the free hit, sorry. So I'm in that luxury position. The reason why I got rid of Saka is, yes, I think he's great in 38. And part of me was like going, is there going to be extra doubles? Is there going to be extra blanks? Well, at the moment, we're almost guaranteed that there's going to be no doubles, no blanks between now and the end of the season. And for that very reason, I think that I actually done well because of the fact that I've still got free hit left, right? So my rank took a hit last week. I went from 2,537 to 6,118, and that's purely based on the fact that I didn't free hit, and every man and his dog that free hitted picked the same team, and the same team just went ham. Like, the fact that Jose Sarr saved that penalty against Jamie Vardy and Sessegnon scored in the 93rd minute, it was a little hard to take, but I think sometimes you just get lucky, and it was very lucky if you had all those assets on free hit and that sequence of events happened. A Jose Sarr penalty is almost impossible to predict. I don't think that's going to be happening today. I think Wolves are going to get battered today. But yeah, I understand it. Unfortunately, the free hit strategy worked out really well for the people that did do it in 34. But I still have it in 38. And now it means I can dead end my team, which is why I'm thinking about a goalkeeper transfer, because it makes the most sense for my team this week. It's either that or it's Jacob Murphy to Kevin De Bruyne. No, it's probably Kluivert to Kevin De Bruyne. I think between Kluivert and Murphy, between now and 38, I probably don't want Kluivert. Arsenal away, Aston Villa at home, Man City away. That's not good fixtures. If I look at Jacob Murphy, his fixtures are not amazing. They're slightly better, right? I've got Brighton away, Chelsea at home, Arsenal away. Ideally, whoever this person is, Kluivert and Murphy are just going to be on the bench for the rest of the season. So if I bring in Kevin De Bruyne for one of the other two, he's playing with Bowen, Salah and Mbeumo through to the end of the season. Now, Jared Bowen's fixture in 37 is not amazing, but it is okay. I'm going to get back into the chat very shortly. I'm just quickly rambling through my thought process between now and free hit 38. There's still ongoing talks between Spurs, Villa and the Premier League about moving their fixture in game week 37. Now, ideally, we would get news about that today before the deadline. It'd be nice for the Premier League just to drop that like 5 p.m, cause absolute chaos. And then my move this week would be straight Isaac to Watkins, and I'd be playing my triple captain on Watkins in 36. If that was to happen, that's where I would go. All right, now I'm going to get into the chat. I do apologise. I normally am very good at getting in there. Man down, poor Tom. Yep, I agree. Do you think Watkins will start? Yes, 100%. There's no Marcus Rashford in the squad. That is one of the easiest calls this week. I think that Watkins is going to be big between now and the end of the season. I think he outscores. I just think he outscores Isaac because he's got a point to prove. That's just my personal read. I think that's probably where he's going. 2 from Sarr, Munoz, Murphy. Do I go 3-4-3 or 4-3-3? Definitely do not go 4-3-3. This is not the week for that, Peter. It's definitely 3-4-3. And I would definitely be playing out of that lot. I'd probably split the difference and go Munoz and Murphy, if I'm being brutally honest. Yanasar, hello, how are you, buddy? Someone's actually called me by my actual name. My name is actually Darius, but I'd rather you just call me D-Unit. Marmoush or Watkins worth considering for captain this week? Yes, the captaincy decision this week is super hard. Like, I actually think this, in my own team, I look at my team and I could captain one of 6 players this week quite comfortably. I could captain Marmoush, I could captain Wissa, I would have no questions about that. I could captain Isaac, Bowen, Salah and Buemo. I would actually say that 6 in my front 7, I'd be more than happy captaining this week. It's just a matter of trying to work out which I think is the best one. I still think it comes down between Jared Bowen and Buemo, and the reason why I picked Buemo over Bowen it's just based on what Amron said in the press conference today. It basically told me that Harry Amass and a bunch of kids are going to be playing in the back line. And I think if that's the case, Bruyne and Buemo is just going to bully the hell out of him. And for that reason, I think I'm probably locking in Buemo as captain based on that sequence of events, is my honest answer to that. So for me, that's where I'm thinking about at the moment. Oh, Derek, I don't know what your name. You were right the first time, buddy. You were right the first time. Daniel, no, definitely D. The name is Darius, FYI. I'm going to get asked this later. So, by the way, if you haven't already, go and give FPL Have a Beer a follow. Give him a follow on X. And he's doing a podcast with me after this. That's why I'm having a can of Red Bull because by the time I do this podcast with him, it's going to be 2 a.m. in the morning. I'm going to be watching the Man City game and getting updates from that. And he's just going to be asking me all things about FPL. So, if you want to get to know me a little bit more, he's probably going to spend about 2 hours interviewing me and he's going to whack it up in time for Game Week 38 when we do when I'm going to be doing a massive special in Game Week 38 because I will be free hitting. There'll be an extra long deadline stream, 2.5 hours I'm going to do, and then we're going to roll 1.5 hours into the games. I'm probably going to cut it and then start a new live and then go into that. I'm going to break down, since I'm being a Man United fan, how to fix Man United because a few people have asked me about what I would do. So I'm going to do that from an FPL perspective as well. And then I'm going to be doing a live watch along for that last Sunday across every game. I'll cover every goal, every point, and we'll see how good the free hit draft is in Game Week 38. And then we're just going to recap the season at the end. It's going to be one of the most mega live things I've ever done, but I'm going to give it my best shot. I might be live for like 6 hours or something stupid like this, but I reckon it's going to be great. So make sure you set your things for Game Week 38 for that. was watching FPL, mate. By the way, I don't like normally calling other people out, but he had a bit of a meltdown on X last weekend, and FPL Bateman was like just... It was just highlighting it. It was hard not to get excited. I mean, I'm one of them people that I can sit there and I can take the piss out of myself quite easily. I don't mind when people take the piss out of me because I'm very good at giving it out. And if you're going to give it out, you've got to be able to receive it as well. That's just my motto in life. And I always find that even on social media or things like that, the best way to treat it is have fun. If you're having fun, I don't care what people call me, to be honest. I'm still going to do my own thing. Sometimes I'm going to get things right. Sometimes I'm getting them horribly wrong. I'm quite happy to own them, and I'll admit when I've got them wrong. Start Murphy or Buemo? That's an interesting question, Simon Young. Good to see you in the chat, buddy. And Buemo all day long over Murphy. Murphy would have been easy benching with Buemo in the team. Yo, hello, Liam. Shout out to Liam. He is up at stupid o'clock. He lives in the eastern states, and currently over there it is 1:30 a.m. in the morning. So welcome, and good man for making it. Still mumbling to myself about when I should switch Cunha to Wood. I think Cunha to Wood's an interesting one because I feel like Cunha this week is just a bad option. That's why I didn't buy Cunha last week. And I kind of regret not buying Cunha. I feel like it would have been just worth the transfer. I could have sold Marmoush to Cunha instead of Saka to Kluivert. But now I'd still be stuck with Saka. But I would have had Cunha's 30 points. Because I said on stream I would captain Cunha if I bought him in. It turned out that would have been the GOAT call. The card called it right, FYI. The card said Salah versus Cunha captaincy. It picked Cunha. Alan changed to Cunha. I'm kind of annoyed that I didn't just roll with that call. I just felt like my own team. I wanted to dodge Cunha. I just hoped that he had a bad week. I kind of knew that he was never going to have a bad week, but I didn't expect him to get 15 points. I'm being brutally honest. Didn't expect 15 points. That was just really well played. Okay, so if I go 3-4-3, 3 from Munoz, Milenkovic, Saliba, Guardiola, and Burn. All right, Guardiola starts. Saliba doesn't get anywhere near the starting lineup for me tomorrow. I would just be wanting to dodge Arsenal defence tomorrow. I don't think they're going to be playing very well. So I think I would go with Guardiola, Burn, and then one of either Munoz and Milinkovic. You're in the exact same boat as me, Peter. At the moment, I've got Munoz over Milinkovic. The more I've thought about it today, the more I thought surely Forest are going to show up in this game. And how motivated are Crystal Palace really going to be with the FA Cup final in a couple of game weeks? Maybe I'll swap Milinkovic for Munoz before the end of the stream. I'm not sure is the honest answer, but at the moment I've got Munoz in front of Milinkovic because I thought Milinkovic was absolutely doghouse poor in the game overnight against Brentford. He was responsible for both goals. So for that reason, I've got Milinkovic on the bench. I mean, maybe Kukurea is going to be that dark horse that's just sitting there on the edge, right? I said this in my team selection video. Maybe this is the week where he scores a goal and he's last man on my bench. That would just go to prove that this year I've had no luck with benchings because I've left so many points on the bench. It was nice last week. I had no points on the bench. Didn't have to worry about it. Again this week, I'm like, have I got it right? Is Bart Verbruggen going to save a penalty from Isaac or something stupid like this? Probably not on my luck. Verbruggen keeps a clean sheet this week and saves a penalty. But yeah, it is what it is. Hello, FPL Zygo. How are you? Captain and Mbeumo against the team you support is a really bold move. Yeah, I know. It doesn't feel right. But trust me, Man United are going to the final and I couldn't care less about the league. If I was Ruben Amorim, I would just be sending out, I would be getting Joshua Zirkzee off his deathbed with his one leg hamstring and rolling him out at centre forward on Sunday. That's the kind of team that I would put out. Bring out, what's his name? Wheel out Johnny Evans, put him in defence. Probably put the clown in goal. He needs to practice. So I'd leave the clown in goal and Nana. I mean, I've been pretty brutal on my own team, but we've been rubbish. We can't afford to get injuries at this time of the season when the Europa League gives Champions League football. I can't see any world where Spurs and Man United send out anything that resembles a half-decent team, is the honest answer. So for that reason, Mbeumo there. How did you drop to 6K, Judo? The reason why is I didn't play free hit, buddy. I took -8 and I ended up on 70 points with a -8. Actually, the game week went really well, except unfortunately, every man and his dog on free hit had Sessegnon, Aït-Nouri, Trippier, and Sarr, and that combined for almost 50 points from your 4 defenders. I got 20 points from my 4 defenders, which is why I got a red arrow. But actually, my midfield actually outperformed any free hit midfield. I had Jarrod Bowen, I had Murphy, I had Salah, I had Mbeumo, which was disappointing, in Kluivert, but realistically, Bowen was the top scoring midfielder this week and I had him. And barely anyone on a free hit draft had Jarrod Bowen in their squad. The thing that killed me was Cunha up front, which was annoying. And it is kind of annoying because I was going to captain him, as I said on stream last week, but unfortunately I didn't. That's just the way it is. I stayed up on game week 30 till 4:30 to do a last minute wild card. That's impressive. That is really impressive. Shout out to that. It's amazing dedication. Free transfer. Who do I move Palmer for? Oh, mate, take your pick. If you haven't got Bryan Mbeumo, you bring Bryan Mbeumo in. If you haven't got Jarrod Bowen, you bring him in. And I think you put him in that order. In the doghouse, dude. I love it. Hi, D. Can't watch this stream, but we'll watch later. Good luck today. Thank you, Daryl. Thank you very much. Good luck to everyone as well. If you only can just hop in for a couple of minutes, leave us a comment, and yeah, good luck for game week 35. I can't believe it's in game week 35, man. It's insane. It's insane. We've got less than 1 hour and 53 minutes now to the deadline. Lots of stuff to get through. Lots and lots of stuff to get through. By the way, if you haven't already, can you please smash a like on the stream? Keep putting the reactions in as well. It just helps it get out to more people, which would be much appreciated. Eamon Condon, hello. D-Unit, thanks for your mad prediction in the last few weeks. Love the show, and I hope you win the whole thing in FPL. Keep up the good work. I'm not winning it this year, mate. I really wish that I was still in with some sort of a chance. Next year, I'm definitely coming back. I mean, I think this year, I've been quite happy with the way my strategy has gone throughout most of the season. I have cooked it a little bit the last 5 weeks, trying to get a bit cute. Maybe the fact I've been on holiday as well has not been overly ideal for this time of the season. Might have to remember that for next season. But hopefully I've learned a couple of things. As I said, at the start of the year when I decided to make a channel, I wanted it to be entertaining. I wanted it to be funny. I wanted it to be a fresh take on FPL. I feel like I've done that, and I wanted to do it in a way where you could get inside the top 10,000 and have fun doing it. Because that's what the game should be about, is having fun. If you're not having fun, you're not playing the game correctly. That's just my opinion. So I've been quite differential all season. When people come back and look at their buys and their bad buys from the season, most people are going to have Phil Foden in their never again category, in their probably worst transfer of the season. Phil Foden is currently my best transfer of the season. I owned him for the 5-week patch where he went absolutely bonkers, and it felt pretty good. So as I said, we're getting towards the end of the season, but I'm still very hopeful of hopefully finishing as high as possible. 1,000 would be a really nice aim. It's definitely doable. I'm actually about the person in the top of our league at the moment. We'll just go there really quickly so I can talk about what that looks like. So we've got a new leader, by the way. BBL Drizzy must have been watching my videos this week. He's joined the league and he's shot straight to the top. Bit of a cheat, I reckon, coming in and joining the league this late in the season when you got such a high rank. But he's currently, let me do the maths here, see how awake I really am. He's currently 54 points in front of me, right? 54 points. I've checked out his chips. He's got no chips left. So he's got 54 points on me. He's currently ranked 516. I've still got triple captain. I've still got free hit. I think that if I play my cards right this week and the next couple of weeks, I could easily chew that up and still finish top 1K. Now, that's the aim. I'm aiming high. I'm not going to win it. I'm too far off winning it. I think I'm 170 points behind the first spot. I would need a triple captain that scored like 40 points, and I'd need my free hit to just get like 130 or something stupid on the week when I played it. But yeah, dying to put in wood just because 2 of my strikers would have played for the first game, and I'm worried if one of them blanks. Okay. But I didn't think about that. Lots of people are going to have Cunha and Marmoush tonight. I mean, that's kind of why I don't want to bring in Kevin De Bruyne, because like if it goes poorly, if Man City somehow play poorly today, I'm going to have 3 players blanking after Friday, and that does not feel good at all, which is why I think I prefer the Raya to Pickford move rather than the Murphy to De Bruyne move. I feel like the Murphy to De Bruyne move or the Kluivert to De Bruyne move has more upside in terms of attacking potential, explosiveness, whereas the Pickford to Raya is more of a small upgrade, but I think the clean sheet odds for Everton compared to Arsenal this week are significantly better. Like I would expect Pickford 100% more likely to keep a clean sheet than Raya based on the squads they're going to put out and the fact that Everton are at home. It's their second last game at Goodison Park. They'll want to sign off at that stadium and also obviously improve for David Moyes between now and the end of the season. Right now, 24K, got 88 points last week, free hit and only got 6K green arrow. That's why I didn't want to play it last week, Liam. So I know I got a red arrow and like 2,537 to 6,180. It doesn't look good on paper, right? But I still have my free hit. And if I get it right and free hit 38 is as good as I'm hoping in my head, it sounds like. It sounds good to me in my head. If it plays out well to me in actual reality, I'm going to make up more points in game week 38 than what I've lost in game week 34. That's the maths of it, because not many people are going to be playing chips in game week 38. Not many people have got many chips left at all. I think the majority of people, from what I could gather, have bench boost left. And as I said, the best week probably for that chip is in game week 36. And in game week 36, I'm going to be playing my triple captain. Now, if I get my triple captaincy right, and hopefully it gets at least 11 points, because ideally I would have played my triple captain on Isaac in game week 32 and then played my bench boost in 36 if I'd had my time again. So in reality, my triple captain has to get at least 11 points to kind of offset the not playing it in 32. And I think that's quite doable over a single game week with Man City versus Southampton next week and Brentford versus Ipswich and Leicester versus Nottingham Forest. I think there's good options in there that potentially can get at least 11 points. So I'm still quite confident that can work out quite well next week. Start 2 from Konza, Burn, Kivior and Munoz. I'll be benching Kivior all day long. That is the easiest call of that lot. I think I start Burn and then it's a straight shootout between Konza and Munoz. It's just a matter of how well you think Nottingham Forest are going to recover. If you think that Nottingham Forest aren't going to recover very well, I think I'd lean towards Munoz, much more attacking threat, playing on that as that kind of like winger when he's like a defender. I think that's probably where I would go there. Last game, it will be Goalfest. That's the idea, Liam. I mean, I honestly, I've looked at a free hit 38 team at the moment, right? So the amazing fixtures, I'm just going to pull this up really quickly. I'm going to go to the FDR so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. All right. Game week 38. Arsenal play Southampton. I might actually go triple Arsenal defence. I might ignore Saka and all the forwards because I might roll out Bournemouth versus Leicester. I might bring in Semenyo, Vanlinson and Kluivert in that game. Like, I might play triple Bournemouth attack. I just think that seems really good. Jarrod Bowen's going to be in. He's obviously got Ipswich away. That screams points as well. Spurs are probably going to be on the beach. I mean, Brighton, maybe. I mean, it is at Spurs game, though, so maybe they're not quite as good. I like Wolves against Brentford as well for the Brentford boys and for Cunha. Like, I feel like I'll have Cunha, Vanlinson, and probably Wissa for that final play of the season, unless obviously Haaland's back. If Haaland's back, I'll have Haaland against Fulham probably instead of one of those three. I mean, there's just such really good fixtures on that final day of the season. Even Newcastle have Everton at home as well. That also looks like a really good fixture. There's so many good fixtures that are one-off. There's so many good fixtures that are one-off punts after what's been pretty average weeks. So, for example, Arsenal, I don't want an Arsenal player at all between now and 37. I don't want a Bournemouth player between now and 37. But then the 38 fixtures is just so good. So I feel like the free hit 38 will hopefully be super good. That's the plan anyway. I don't know if it will be. Realistically, hopefully it is. We'll just have to wait and see. Obviously, I've still got my transfer this week as well. Lots of people... Look, I've actually thought about taking a -4 this week as well because I feel like lots of teams are taking -4s to bring in Mbeumo and Bowen. But I don't know if it's really worth it because ideally I just want to bring in Pickford this week. Now, if Haaland's not fit in 36, the transfer I want to do next week is probably going to be a Nottingham Forest defender in. And then I'd play with Milinkovic and probably Aina because Aina's now fit. He was back in the team against, what's his name, the other day, last night. So I'd have Aina and Milinkovic against Leicester at home with probably Man City's Guardiola against Southampton. That's my starting back three. I've got Pickford at home against Fulham. Away against Fulham. That doesn't feel too bad. And then in the midfield, I would have Mbeumo against Ipswich, Bowen against Man United. Again, they've been worried about the Europa League. They're going to be great picks. Salah against Arsenal at home is probably the worst one. Then it's Kluivert or Murphy in for their fixture with Chelsea or I think Bournemouth have... Who did Bournemouth have in 36? Aston Villa. It's probably going to be Murphy start, Kluivert on the bench. Then up front, it's going to be Isaac, Wissa and Marmoush. Now, I could just bring in Chris the Woody Woodpecker for Isaac and really roll it. Or I could go for a Watkins here because Watkins in 37 has Tottenham. And if that game gets brought forward, it's going to look even better because it'll be a double game week. I don't think it's likely to be brought forward, but there is still the small possibility that it is brought forward into the back end of game week 36. But at this moment in time, we don't know anything about it and what that's going to look like. All right. Best aim chip strategy this week is definitely play it on Glasner all day long. If you need to transfer out a Palace player, transfer out a Palace player, take a -4, play it on Glasner. He is definitely the best pick by a country mile. If you had Cunha, I'd start him for sure this week. I'm not sure about that. I think I'd still start Murphy over Cunha is my gut feel. I have a prediction for the future. Next season, D Unit's motto will be don't waste free transfers on goalkeepers in game week 35. Mate, do you want to know something really funny? I've wasted so many transfers on goalkeepers this year. Like, it's my favourite place to make a transfer. I started with Henderson. I moved Henderson to Raya. I then bought Kelleher in. And then on wildcard, I swapped my goalkeepers. Then I got rid of Verbruggen for Allison. And then I got rid of Allison for somebody else. And then I obviously changed my goalkeepers again on wildcard. And now I just don't like them at all. I don't like them at all. Realistically, It's the one spot that doesn't make much sense. I mean, like I suppose I could start Raya against Bournemouth and roll this week and not feel too bad about it. I just feel like Pickford's going to keep a clean sheet, and I don't think Raya is. That's what it comes down to. And if I think that, I'm better off just making the transfer there. Either that, or I wait for news that Kevin De Bruyne is starting, and I bring in Kevin De Bruyne for Jacob Murphy or Kluivert. That is also a pretty good move, I think. But then I can't bring in Haaland for Marmoush. I would have to make a secondary transfer next week in order to do that. And I don't know where I'd go, if I'm being brutally honest on that one. Because I was like, I've got the exact money in the bank for Marmoush to Haaland. So I'm kind of concerned that I don't want to bring in Kevin De Bruyne for that very reason. So that way, if Haaland is fit for 36, I can just make the transfer. He's in. All of a sudden, I've got a mad differential. All these people got Marmoush. I have Haaland. And it sounds pretty good. I mean, like I could even play the triple captaincy on Haaland next week if he is fit and is going to be starting from the start. Is it worth -4 from Mbeumo to Bowen in for Saka and Rashford? Yeah, I think so. Lots of people are doing those exact combo moves. I wonder what Jared Bowen's ownership is up to now. 10.6. I still can't believe it's that low. Maybe lots of people are going to be transferring him in between now and the deadline. Bruyne Mbeumo, on the other hand, has gone up dramatically. He started, I think, a few days ago. He was like 35. He's up to 40.4% now. It's like every man and his dog has gone with Mbeumo. Jared Bowen's definitely the pick for me. I think I'd almost be tempted to get Jared Bowen over Mbeumo based on the ownership alone. From how I see it, Wood could be a good option as well because Palace has the final to focus on, and whenever they are careless, they always concede 3 to 5 goals from the games against Newcastle City. I don't think Forest are scoring 5 goals. I don't think they're playing that well. And Forest, I think, other than that Brighton game where they spanked him for 7 and I benched Chris Wood 17 points, I can't recall them having that many big wins. I feel like most of Nottingham Forest games are like 1 or 2 nils. They keep the clean sheet, which is why the defender's always getting the bonus and like why Chris Wood normally gets 9 points. Yeah. Is it just me, but I keep getting booted off your stream? Sorry for... No, all good. I know. I'm not sure what that is. It might just be the fact that my internet is doing some weird things because it's doing the same thing to me on my phone. So I'm not sure why that is. I don't know if it's just the way that... Because it's from Australia and it's like lining up. I really have no clues. I just find that if you quickly refresh it, it comes back, but it can be kind of annoying, which is probably why the numbers keep on going up and down quite dramatically. But yeah, just keep refreshing and it should be there. I'm definitely not, it's definitely not dropping on my end because I can normally tell when it's like dropped. But yeah, I was doing some weird things. Ironically, in some of, I've got it open on my laptop as well just to see what it looks like. And it looks fine on there. Chris Wood in the chat. Yeah, mate, you know it. Chris the Woody Woodpecker. Now, I forgot to upload this. I was going to actually put in an emoji of Chris Wood before this stream. However, I think it's still Bruno. Let me just double check. Is that Wood or Bruno that I just put in the chat? Oh, what? It's come up with nothing. Oh, I'm not sure. Oh, there it is. It is Chris Wood. Yes, it is Woody. It is Woody. It's definitely Woody. Everybody swear at the same time, see if that happens again. It's probably me swearing. I don't know. I'm not even sure, to be honest with you. Also, it's really annoying. The screen, because the screen's so bright, is making me look bright, but it's because it's nighttime here. It's pitch black. But if I put the light on, it wakes me up too much and it really affects my eyes. So, unfortunately, my head is going to look like a shiny old noggin for the duration of the stream. We're just going to have to roll with it and hope for the best. Also, I don't know. Like I was sitting there, I was like, I'm actually definitely card flipping between Murphy and Kluivert. I feel like it's such a tight call this week. Murphy and Kluivert. Let's have a look. See what it comes up with. Oh, it came up with Kluivert. Interesting. That's interesting. I wonder if I would pick between Kevin De Bruyne and Pickford. Which one to buy? I think it came up with Kevin De Bruyne, man. Far out. Maybe it's not worth a goalkeeper transfer. I'm just being an idiot and continuously going for goalkeepers. The goalkeepers are the death of me, man. I've wasted so many transfers on them. I don't even know why I'm thinking about it. Maybe this is the sign that Arsenal's actually going to keep a clean sheet and everyone's like trying to hedge their bets against it. I mean, Bournemouth weren't overly good against Man United last week. I'll put it that much. Man United actually, bar that goal they actually conceded against Bournemouth last week, I thought that Man United kept out Bournemouth quite well. I didn't actually think there was too many times during that game where they were going to tear us apart, which kind of makes me think that maybe Bournemouth aren't as good for the next couple of weeks. Well, their fixtures over the next few weeks are just garbage. Let's be honest. But the card just basically said play Clivert over Murphy, but then tell me to pick Kevin De Bruyne instead of Pickford. So I don't know what it's on about. That doesn't make much sense. Go Kevin De Bruyne if you get leaks of starting. Yeah, I think that's definitely could be a shout. I'm an old Chris like the Woodstock Festival. Yes. If refines of age. A Man City mid that plays us a lottery nearly bought O'Reilly as he looks so good and Pep loves him. Yeah, I think O'Reilly's probably going to be a pretty safe bet between now and the end of the season. The only problem is he plays at left back. Yes, he's got a goal and he's got a couple of assists or whatever over the last few weeks. But, I mean, if you start at left back, I mean, the odds of getting a return there, well, I mean, like Sessegnon obviously scored last week, so maybe I should just shut up about left backs and not scoring. But, yeah, maybe that is the play moving forward. Which is better? 1, Mateta to Wissa using a 3-4-3 formation, Alanga bench. 2, sell Pope to Pickford. Pope to Pickford. I mean, Pope to Pickford for the next 3 weeks is probably the better move. Actually, no, can that. But Mateta to Wissa is definitely the better move. Wissa's next few weeks are unbelievably good. He's got Man United reserves this weekend at home. He's got Ipswich away in 36 who are relegated, nothing to play for. And then Fulham at home in 37. And then Wolves away in 38. Wissa is definitely... I think Wissa is going to be the top scoring forward for the next 4 weeks. That's how confident I am in this man. He burnt me a little bit earlier in the season, but I've got full faith in him now. I mean, his form the last few weeks has been insane. So he's gone 7, 11, 9, 2, 5, 8, 2, 9, 8. So since game week 26, he's blanked twice. He's been absolutely fire since game week 26. I mean, the fixtures haven't been overly amazing either, really, to be honest. Yes, he's had the Leicester fixture, but Everton have one of the best defensive records in the league. Aston Villa obviously blanked against them. Bournemouth, a fairly decent team, but again, he returned against them. He returned against Newcastle with an assist. Chelsea was the disappointing. I actually thought he'd return against Chelsea, and he actually massively underperformed that game with 0.75 XGI. And then he scored against Arsenal, scored against Brighton and assisted, and scored against Forest. So he's in great form. Absolutely great form. And he's got good fixtures as well. I think definitely Wissa is the better buy. Nunes other winger, yeah. A lot of back post action from Nunes and O'Reilly. I know. I mean, they're good picks. I mean, if they continue to play, the problem is it's pep roulette. Pep roulette's just one of them things. It either goes well or it doesn't. And you just hope that for your sake, on the week that you've got them, that it goes well. Either that or I just roll the transfer this week. And then in 36, if there is any doubles announced, I can then bring in Watkins. And I can bring in Rodgers. And I can bring in Haaland. And just take a -4 in 36. That is also a play. I mean, I look ahead to next week, right? Munoz in 36 against Spurs. Should be good, but maybe they do rotate ahead of that FA Cup final. Guardiola's fine. He's got Southampton. Burn next week. I don't really want to be starting with Chelsea at home. I mean, Chelsea might not do very much at Newcastle, to be honest. I actually expect Newcastle to win that game. Milinkovic obviously next week starts. He's got Leicester and then West Ham, so it makes sense to start him the next couple of weeks. Kukurea is just... He might as well just not be in the team anymore. He's not going to get anywhere near the starting lineup. I'm definitely buying one next week for Saka if they beat PSG. Yeah, I actually am scared. I kind of hope Arsenal don't win next week because otherwise I think that game week 38, trying to bring in 3 Arsenal players that are actually going to play looks significantly harder. So for that reason, I'm kind of hoping that they don't. Wise old Chris Wood says, it's a roll. It's a roll. And maybe it is, man. Maybe that's the key. Ironically, I flipped the card and the card said roll. So maybe that is the play. Maybe I just roll, I assess. Maybe that's a sign that the card knows something is going to happen this week and I might need an extra transfer next week. I mean, the good news is that if I don't make a transfer this week, I'm armed with 2 and 36. I can then make some actual significant moves, and everyone that's taking a -4 or a -8 to bring in the moves I've already done, I've gained those points back on them. Like I literally just gained those points straight back on my rank this week. That might actually be the correct play. Maybe the card knows things that I do not know. Are we definitely dropping Cunha this week? Had to find a decent replacement for under 8.5. Yeah, I'd dump him this week. I think Wissa is definitely the standout pick. Chris Wood's a really good pick. I mean, Watkins would be amazing as well, but if you've got 8.5, you're not getting to Watkins. Watkins 8.9. Even Valenson's really good this week. Now that his red card's been rescinded, he looks like a really good option this week as well. I don't mind him at all. Captaincy this game week might be the biggest bench headache of the game week because you can make a case for at least... Yeah, I agree. I agree, Cisse, 100%. It's actually the hardest captaincy week to pick a good captain this week is proving super difficult. As I said, I literally think it's between Mbeumo and Bowen based on the fact that they're playing 2 reserve sides. And there's no one else that's playing Leicester, that's playing Southampton, that's playing Ipswich, that's any good with attacking players. Like Doucouré for Everton against Ipswich, I can't see it myself. Then obviously Leicester are playing Southampton themselves. No, they're playing Ipswich. No, I've got that wrong. Someone's playing someone. All right, let's have a look. Really, I like Cunha. Can score with anyone, though Watkins too is great. Yeah, I just don't know, man. I just feel like Watkins this week will comfortably outscore Cunha. I mean, I might be wrong. Maybe Cunha's going to have an absolute baller against Man City and tear Guardiola a new one. I don't see it myself. Yeah. I'm here with love from Trinidad and Tobago. Hello, Rojas. How are you, buddy? I still can't believe you took a -16 last week and it worked out actually fairly decently for you. Bringing in Cunha was definitely a play that I should have done last week for that 1 week. Bowen captain, don't mind it. Pinnock, have I said your name right? I'm not sure. No, Pinfork. All right, Pinfork. Bowen captain, yeah, I don't mind it. He's my vice captain at the moment. I'm between Watkins and Wissa. Yep. I mean, they're 2 really good options, really, to be honest. Spurs have injury problems too. I know. I just think that Spurs are going to be absolutely destroyed on Sunday night, is my honest answer to that. Will Mbeumo outscore Salah? I would have thought so. I just think that Chelsea are pushing for the Champions League, right? And Liverpool are coming off their title celebrations. I can't see a massive Salah haul this week anyway. I can't see a massive haul this week. On Bowen at the moment, Bowen is the only trustworthy player for the Hammers. Trust me, I'm a long-suffering fan. You're a bit like the governor. Now, I wonder if the governor's in the chat. Yeah, I appreciate that. West Ham are my second team. My missus is a West Ham fan, so when they're not playing Man United, I'm on the West Ham bandwagon because of the fact that she is a West Ham fan. But yeah, they've been very frustrating. I mean, between our 2 teams this season, they've been absolutely awful. So, but at least Man United made a final, I suppose, and hopefully we can win it. If we can beat Spurs in the final, that'd definitely cap off an amazing finish to the season. Wish I had Bowen, but not taking the hit for it. Yep, fair. Isaac has been poor against Brighton over the years, but Watkins has killed Fulham. Yep, he has. Very true. Need to get rid of Evanlinson. Should I get Wood, Marmoush, Wissa for long term at the end of the season? Daniel, Wissa all day long, mate. Wissa all day long. The server, man. It's probably because I'm streaming this from Australia. That's probably what it is. If you're in Australia, you're probably not getting kicked. If you're from the UK, maybe it's like, nah, stuff ya. See you later. Wouldn't surprise me. It's kicking me off my own stream on my phone. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Very annoying, but it is. Well, I'm a butt bot. We love to see it. We love to see it. By the way, if you guys haven't actually joined the WhatsApp chat, just hit the link in the video. Lots of people like getting called pompuses in there, so don't come in if you don't like getting called pompous. But otherwise, you're good to go. I can't stop it now. I blame Tom. Tom's influence on me is a criminal, absolutely criminal. Benching headaches this week. I don't think many people actually have that many benching headaches from what I can see, to be honest. Please say Worcestershire again, please. There you go. Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. I'm horrible with pronunciations. Absolutely horrible with them. And Bruyne, I'm still not sure I'm saying his name correct. I've been saying it differently all season long. One of my other favourites is Cody Gakpo. Gapco. I don't even know how you say his name, man. He plays for Liverpool. I don't care. It's really funny as well because like when I record like my short videos and I put the what do you call it, the writing, what's the word I'm looking for, the text. Oh my god, I'm having a dumb moment. Yeah, the things, what are they called? Someone tell me what it is. The writing on the thing. What's it called? You know when you read something and it's like the auto captions. That's what it is. The auto captions. My God, I really struggle with that one. The auto captions. When I put them in, it's really funny what the AI picks up as me saying. Like whenever I talk about like SAR, it writes like something retarded, and then when I talk about like sucker, it always like it says like I'm saying sucker as in like SACKER rather than sucker. And then other times I must say it slightly differently, and then all of a sudden it's like it spells it correctly. Today for once, normally I must have said Haaland's name quite well today because I actually spelt it correctly, and normally it's like normally it comes up with a weird one as well. And when I talk about mamouche, it always spells it as in like ma and then moosh. Like it's two separate words that I'm saying. I'm like, I'm not saying two separate words. What do you mean? Yeah. All right, let's have a look. No more blanks or doubles. Make our transfers very important. Yes, they do. They also make them differential, and I love that for that as well. Going for the double Brentford players. Thanks, Dean. No problem, Daniel. Daniel, I'm down on Sunday. Send Darren a message. We will catch up and we'll watch the Man United Brentford flogging that it will happen with our double Brentford boys. Hit him up with a message. Well, I'll be at his watching the game on Sunday night. I have a bit of a headache. Raya or Sells. I think you play Sells over Raya this week. Pinfork, that's an easy one. Gakpo. Gakpo. He's a turd. Play Arsenal defenders or Martinez plus Livramento also playing a Vanlinson. All right, if you're playing a Vanlinson, you just get rid of your Arsenal players. Just leave them on the bench. Martinez versus Livramento. Livramento, I think, will definitely outscore Saliba this week. And Martinez is probably outscoring Raya, truth be told, as well. I'm out again, man. It just doesn't like his algo. Screen frozen. Yeah, just refresh it. Hopefully. It's still looking... I've still working. It's really weird. It must be because of the fact that I'm in my own house and my laptop that's got the screen open is there. I'll be there with you, bro. Boys probably crying. Yeah, I know. It's gonna be disappointing watching Mbeumo rack up the points against Man United, but he's racking them up for the D unit, so that kind of offsets the pain. I think I can live with that potentially. That's the plan. Buy Pickford, sell Pope, or not, buddy. Buy Pickford, sell Pope. Yes. Buy Pickford. Oh, mate. So some people will just send me random messages on Instagram. Like, it must have just added me on there and then just sent me a message. I'd better say goodnight to my missus. She just sent me a message saying good night. Have a good night's sleep. I was kind of wondering if she was actually going to join the stream and just write something stupid in the chat, but she didn't. So She's in Perth. I'm here by myself, which is great for me. Here we go. Look at this. Look at this. Someone's just sent me a message on Instagram. Look, it's just come up. Mateta to Wissa using 3-4-3 formation. Alanga bench. Sell Pope to Pickford. All right, whoever that is, number one. Option number one. There we go. All right, you can actually see me responding. There you go. If you want to follow me on Instagram, FPLD Unit. I'm there. You can randomly send me messages like that and I'll actually respond. Otherwise, you can just join the WhatsApp chat. Hell of a lot easier. And I spend a lot more of my day and time on there. Plus, there's always someone on there. Tom's always on there to provide some mild entertainment. All right, what's going on here? I think so. Hold on. No, I've sent that. I've responded. I'm good. I don't think we've got any news yet on X about potential benchings. I'm going to have a quick look, see if I can find anything. Pickford not clean sheet, buddy. He's more of a chance than Raya, mate. More of a chance than Pope. I mean, maybe Newcastle do keep a clean sheet. Maybe I've got it horribly wrong. Go differential if chasing and don't forget to breathe. Yeah, 100%. Definitely go differential if you're chasing rank. Buying and Bruyne is going to get you 0 points this week, FYI. If you're chasing rank, just don't go there. I wouldn't be doing that. Yeah, that's just my personal opinion. Let's have a look what other people are doing here. Everything. I want to know what the vote was on my thing. Hold on, let me have a look. So I put a poll up about captaincy and chips left, and the majority of people that responded have triple captain, followed by bench boost, followed by AM, followed by free hit. Let me have a look at the stats for captaincy this week. Let me have a look. Yep, got that one. Captaincy. So at the moment, in the WhatsApp chat, there's only one person that's picked Bowen versus Spurs. One person picked Mbeumo versus United, and that was me. One person's picked Salah versus Chelsea. 6 people have picked Isaac versus Brighton. And 2 people have picked Marmoush versus Wolves. That's really interesting. I thought it'd be a lot different. Yeah, I'm surprised by that. I'm really surprised by the fact that most people in the WhatsApp group are actually looking towards Isaac as captain versus Brighton. I think I kind of get it. Isaac is playing a team that has conceded multiple goals, multiple games in a row. Maybe that's the key. Maybe I'm missing something there. I feel like Isaac's been quite underwhelming as an asset, which is why I kind of want Watkins. I mean, look at his last. So since game week 26, he's gone. He obviously missed the Liverpool game. Then he got 2, 8, 2, 5, 6, 2, 6. The last 8 weeks, he hasn't hit double figures. But maybe, I mean, he's versing Brighton. Brighton have been pretty bad. I mean, Bart Verbruggen's plays like Bart Simpson in goal. So, maybe, I mean, 62% ownership as well. I wonder what Watkins is, FYI. Let's have a look at what Watkins is. I'm going to make the screen a little bit bigger so people can actually see what I'm doing. Watkins. Let's have a look at what he's... So Watkins' ownership in comparison is 18.8%. So he's still owned by a fair few people, but he's definitely differential in comparison. And now with Rashford out of that lineup, we're going to see a lot more of like the Newcastle game where he played 82 minutes rather than the 14 that he did against Man City. So I feel like his minutes are locked now. Rashford's out of the team. Watkins almost 100% has to be playing. He's got history against demolishing Fulham, and then he's got Spurs at home in 37. I mean, if that game somehow gets pushed into 36, Watkins looks so good. Like, so good. I really rate him. I think he's going to be a great option. Isaac form is concerning. He is way... Yeah, I know. It's like he's an easy transfer to Watkins as well. He's slightly more expensive, so you bring a bit of money into your team for Watkins. realistically, if I make my transfers, I think this is probably what, like this week, as I said, I would like to get rid of Raya for Pickford. That would look like that, but it's a waste of a goalkeeper transfer and maybe it's just not worth it. Then, next week, if Haaland's not fit, Marmoush stays, and then all of a sudden, I think Haaland doesn't come and play but until like game week 38, if I'm being brutally honest. It's either Haaland in for 36 or he's not in at all for the rest of the season. If that's the case, next week, I think, realistically, I want to make a midfielder transfer for one of these two. And I'm not sure which one's the best one to get rid of. I feel like Murphy is actually not too bad against Chelsea. I think it's Kluivert. Kluivert definitely leaves, but it's like, who does he go for? That's the question. Let me have a look at the midfielders, see who else looks actually pretty good. I mean, Rodgers would be like if Aston Villa somehow get that fixture, Rodgers looks really good. Otherwise, I'm not actually too sure who I like the look of. Like Kevin De Bruyne looks good if we know he's going to start. Done, buddy. Yep, brilliant. Good work. You're all set for the weekend. I mean, Gibbs White's got the minutes. Maybe Elanga is a pick, but like, I feel like the upside there is just not there for any of those picks. I mean, Asensio maybe could be an option, but then he's missed those 2 penalties. Is he even on penalties anymore? I'm not sure. I could bring in a Shader or a Damsgaard and just hope for the best. None of these moves fill me with any great confidence at all, if I'm being brutally honest. There's no one on there that screams, pick me, pick me. It probably is just De Bruyne. What's he up to? 8% ownership now. So he's still a really good differential. It's just, is he going to start? Like, ideally, you want him this week versus Wolves, and you want him to start in 36. Then they've got the FA Cup a week later. So he obviously rested last weekend. So there's no reason he can't play this week, Southampton, and then you'd think he definitely plays at home against Bournemouth because that would be his last game at the Etihad Stadium. Maybe that's the play. Maybe Kevin De Bruyne is really good. Fourth boot out now. Thanks, Australia. Yeah, I know. That's mad, actually. That's actually kind of mad. I actually don't know what's going on there because that is super weird why it's doing that. Yeah, really odd. My phone just doesn't know what it's thinking. All right, there we go. It's back in business. Yeah, I feel like Kevin De Bruyne maybe is the one for Kluivert through to game week 38. And then I have one other transfer, right? I've got 4.4 million left in the bank. And I think this is where maybe... So if I did those 2 moves and I did... Maybe it's De Bruyne this week. Actually, it might... You know what? I've just thought about this. So maybe it's better to keep Raya in goal. Bring in De Bruyne this week. Bear with me a second. So bring in De Bruyne this week. Play him. So it would be De Bruyne and Buemo, Salah and Bowen this week. Next week, this makes a lot more sense. Sell Raya next week for Sells. Where is he? Hold on. Sells. Where's goalkeepers? Sells next week. Has Leicester at home. That is surely a clean sheet next week. Then it's West Ham away in 37. And then in 38, he won't be in my goals because I'll have my free hit in 38. Maybe that's the play. Maybe I play Raya in goal this week. They ditch him for Matt Sells in 36. So that would be my transfer next week. De Bruyne is in. I've still got 4.4 million in the bank. Where am I going with this? I'm not sure. I've still got De Bruyne. So I've had De Bruyne. Ideally, but then if I do the De Bruyne move this week, if Haaland is fit for 36, all of a sudden, I'm like, I want Haaland. Like, and then I would have to make another transfer to make it happen, and then I'd be a -4. Or you just for goal against him, you just don't do it. Forest are washed. Yeah, I know, but it wouldn't be this week. It'd be Sells in game week 36. Like Sells fixture in 36. They've got Leicester at home, man. That's going to be a lot better than Raya against Liverpool away. I would think that's going to be a lot better than Raya against Liverpool away. West Ham United following. I think in 36, so that's not the move for this week, but that's the week in 36. And then in game week 37, Ollie Watkins comes in because Newcastle go to Arsenal in 37. That doesn't scream a lot of points to me. So Isaac would then leave and Watkins would come in 37. Where are we? Watkins. Hold on, let's bring in the forwards. And then Watkins will be in 37 and then a free hit in 38. So that looks pretty good on paper now. In 37, Guardiola's got Bournemouth at home. Not an ideal fixture. Munoz, and this is the problem. These guys are playing post the FA Cup. Are they going to be playing in that game that much? That is concerning because Kukurea has Man United in 37. All right, Kukurea might actually be good for me in 37. That actually might work. Dan Burn, though, has Arsenal away in 37, so that is not ideal. Milinkovic obviously has West Ham away as well, which means that Jared Bowen's going to have a bit of a clash. A 37 doesn't look amazing on paper, so maybe I might need to make a defensive transfer. I'm not sure. But I think Sells in 36 looks really good. Vardy hat-trick against Forest. I can't see that happening myself. But you never know. If people bring the Vardy party in this week, maybe it is. I'm definitely awake now. That's good. The, what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Wow, up to 1,528 subs now. By the way, thank you very much to everyone that has subbed. We finally cracked the 1,500 barrier this week, so that was really good. Kevin De Bruyne or Wissa? It's Wissa for me. I have Bowen as my captain. Yeah, love it. Love it and good luck. Hopefully it pays off. I mean, it could pay off. I am Glasner this week. Yes, Mohamed Gunnar, 100%. Definitely Glasner this week. I think that he's probably got the most chance. I mean, he's got the most chance. He's actually the manager with the highest predicted points this week in the spreadsheet odds or whatever it is that I've seen on X and stuff. And I would agree. I think he's a great option this week. I can't see any reason why he wouldn't be a good option. So for that reason, I think you play him and hope for the best. FYI, if anyone knows what AFL is, it's the Australian version of football. It's with an oval ball. I'm actually making my debut tomorrow playing this game. And I'm playing in the forward pocket, which means I'm a small chance of kicking a goal. Just tagged in. Did we flip the card for Bowen versus Mbeumo yet? No, we have not done the card for Rin. Hello. Rin, I've got a question for you. I actually, when you first left a message on one of my videos, I thought that you were a guy and I didn't bother to look at your photo, but I now realize that you're not a guy unless you're just using a girl's photo. But I'm just really intrigued. Where are you from? Just really intrigued. Where are you from? And I love the fact that girls are playing FPL. It's unbelievably good. And I hope you're having a great season and you're having a great rank. Mateta to Watkins or Wissa for a -4. Mateta to Watkins or Wissa for a -4. I mean, -4s are going to be pretty popular this week, I think, in general. I think a -4 is perfectly fine. I would probably lean towards Wissa for the next 2 weeks. And then I'd look at Watkins. Like I said, like Watkins in 37 is a no-brainer. Unless, obviously, that fixture is bought into 36. Watkins then becomes the option in 36 rather than 37. And then maybe I'm taking a -4 next week. I mean, I could bring Rodgers in instead of De Bruyne. Then I wouldn't have to worry about whether he's going to start. He also looks pretty good for the next 3 weeks. And we know that Rodgers just generally plays right. Let's have a look. Rodgers, what do we got? Player information. I mean, he does like a booking, doesn't he, old Rodgers? And prior to that Man City game, Rodgers had been in great form. 10, 9, 6, 6, 1. The US, Southern Arizona specifically. Oh, I love it. Fantastic. Did you know I met some amazing people from the US, I think from Ohio. I've got no idea where Ohio is. I'm not even going to try and pretend that I know where Ohio is. But I met some amazing people from there on my holiday in Austria when I was at snowbombing. They were great value and they loved a party, and so do I. So, brilliant. Oh, yes, definitely a girl. Love it. Fantastic. I love it. I love girls that play FPL. It's fantastic. Who is your captain? At the moment, my captain is Mbeumo. Sorry. That's likely to change. Go back here. So Mbeumo is captain. That is my team as things stand. I'm pretty happy. I haven't made a transfer yet, and I don't know if I actually need to make a transfer. But I am kind of tempted by Kevin De Bruyne. I won't lie. I feel like I've got 7.4 million in the D-Unit Riz Tips video dropping soon. Mate, if I put together a video of my holiday and the fact that I actually somehow managed to put out any content at all during that 3 weeks is a miracle in and of itself. For example, when I went to Austria and I went to snowbombing, I was not sober the entire week I was there. And if you tuned into either of those 2 videos I put out, I'd actually planned to do 4 videos. And I'd planned to get people that played FPL at the festival on my videos. The problem is that the first 2 days I was definitely not sober enough to do one. And then the third day, my voice just died. I had no voice left at all. I really struggled. I woke up and I went to ring my mate to see where he was on the mountain. And I was like my voice had just died. It died and it was no good. Yeah, it was pretty bad. So it was a miracle I got a video out then. And then I was also in a place where the internet was that bad that it took 4 hours to upload a 20-minute video. 4 hours to upload a 20-minute video. I couldn't believe it. Then I went to Budapest and I actually managed to whack out, I think, 3 videos while I was there. So that was pretty good. And then I got back home and I made a video in Australia very briefly before I then flew to Thailand. And in Thailand, I got super sick. Like super sick. And I actually had intended on doing a deadline stream there, but I literally could not get away from the toilet for like more than 10 minutes at a time. And unfortunately, I missed it. But yeah, again, I lost so much weight there. It was like 5 kilos. Not in a good way either. I've got Mbeumo, Bowen, and Kevin De Bruyne. Armband is currently on Mbeumo, but I'm tempted by the other 2 for sure. This is my problem as well. There's so many good options this week, and I don't honestly know which one is the one I would be going with. Realistically, I just looked at the teams, and I just think that Brentford are a better team than West Ham, but I think United are a better team than Spurs. But I think from what I listened to it, and like being a Man United fan, I did listen to Ruben Amorim's press conference, and I honestly believe they are going to play Harry Amass, they're going to play Frederiksen, they're going to play Johnny Evans, they're going to play every man and his dog that is not going to be... I just don't think that Man United are going to do anything against Brentford at all except lose by at least 2 goals. So for that reason... And Bruyne Mbeumo, the thing with Bruyne Mbeumo, he doesn't even have to play well to get a massive haul. Because he's on corners, he's on penalties. Wiss has won him like 4 penalties this year and Bruyne Mbeumo just scores them. Realistically though, Mbeumo captain versus Bowen captain. And Mbeumo captain it is. Look, that's I think the card's normally been pretty good on the captaincy. I mean, the card last week, if anyone that tuned in last week, we did the captaincy call for Cunha versus Salah. It came back with Cunha, and I know for a fact a lot of people changed it to Cunha because a lot of people in the D-Unit think you can beat the D-Unit League had Cunha captain. So a lot of people must have thought, let's just go with the card. Either that or they're already going with Cunha captain. And my God, what a call that was. The difference in that call was huge. So double Salah was 16, double Cunha was 30. Like, that is not even close. It's such a big swing. In reality, it's not that much of a swing because 15 over 8 is just an extra 7 points, but that's an extra 7 points that's pretty damn big. Oh, how the card flip. I know the cards. Honestly, I actually don't know how this thing has got so many things correct. I mean, it has got one thing wrong over the last couple of weeks. It called Saka captain over Marmoush, but it actually saved me from playing my triple captain on Saka because because it said don't play your triple captain. So I'm like kind of grateful at once that the one thing it did get wrong, at least it got it wrong and it only cost me like 2 points. And it saved me from playing a triple captaincy chip where I wasn't sold on it. And if I'd played my triple captaincy on Saka and I got 3 points from it, I think I would have cried. I wouldn't have cried because who cries over a bloody game? Not me. All right. Didn't Amrin say something about Mazraoui being dead? Yeah, he did. Ruben Amrin likes to talk like I talk. Isn't Evans injured? Yeah, they're going to play him anyway. They're just going to play him on one leg and say, Whistler, score as many goals as you want, mate. Bench Mateta or Sarr? That's a really tough one. I think Sarr will play more minutes than Mateta. So for that reason, I would say you play Sarr and bench Mateta. That's my personal thinking on that. All hail the card flip. I love it. The card is brilliant. The card's going to have its own section in life. The fact that it called, I mean, like, one of its first great calls was picking Phil Foden for the 5 weeks that I owned him. And then I flipped a card on the day that I sold him. And I said, do I sell Phil Foden now? Even though I really wanted to keep him because he just had the 5 best weeks of the season by any player in my team. And the card said, yes, you sell him. And I sold him. And he hasn't returned ever since. So, like... Some of the calls it's got this season are unbelievably good. It makes no sense. And it's had an amazing run of luck. Maybe that's the way I throw it in the air. I'm not sure. But either way, it's brilliant. And I'm here for it. And long may the card make great decisions. Yo, hello, Bonty. How are you, buddy? Been enjoying the Clash of the Clans? Would you bench Murphy or Rogers? Oh, mate, that is a tough one. I actually don't know the answer to that. Would I bench Murphy or Rogers? I think that's just a card flip, mate, because I actually don't know. Let's go with Murphy this side and Rogers this side. Which one do you play, Murphy or Rogers? It reckons you play Murphy. So there you go. The card says play Murphy, bench Rogers. Dallo, Evans, Shaw, a mass backline. Dallo's injured, so he definitely won't be playing. He'd missed the Europa League game last night. He missed the game on the weekend as well. I can see Evans getting rolled out. I can see Shaw getting rolled out, and I can see a mass definitely getting rolled out. Currently got Mateta, Quivia, Munoz on the bench. Yeah, I don't mind that. Wait for it, AM. Wait for it, AM Areola. Yeah, it could be. I mean, Areola comes in at number 2 for me this week in terms of like potential for bonus point. The bonus table points on offer, particularly since Arsenal are definitely. There's going to be mass rotation in that Arsenal team. I don't think there can be any denying that at all. If there's anything other than just a completely changed 11, I'll be absolutely shocked. I honestly wouldn't be playing Saka at all either. He just played 90 minutes in the Champions League. I wouldn't be doing it. I think I'd just be rolling and just let him not play. Yo, big ups for being up so late in Aussie. Card flip for Mateta versus Sarr. Yeah, I don't mind that. Mateta played Mateta, play Sarr. Oh, that's interesting. Came back with played Mateta. Yeah, that's interesting. I actually have it the other way around. In my head, I think you play Sarr over Mateta. I actually disagree on the card on that one. But the card quite often has been correct. So I don't hate it. I need to finish this Red Bull. I need to get onto a beer. I'm wide awake now. Also, if you've just joined, I'm doing a podcast with FPL Have a Beer after this. It's not live. He's recording it. He's hosting it. And I don't know what he's going to be asking me about it on in this pod. But he's going to be releasing it ahead of Game Week 38. So if you want to get to know the D unit a little bit more, I think he's going to be asking me all sorts of questions about me. So if you want to get a little bit more into my line of thinking, how I operate, why I try to be as fun as I am. I'm actually like this in real life as well. I'm exactly like what you see. I get very excited when I'm on a night out. Yeah, it's pretty funny to be fair. But yeah, if you want to check it out, make sure you do give him a follow. It's just type in FPL, have a beer, and keep an eye out. He's going to be doing a podcast. Well, I'm doing he's invited me on for a podcast, and he'll be releasing it in the run up to 38. So make sure you go and check him out. It will hopefully be great value. And I've got my beers ready to go because, I mean, if you're going to be appearing, hold on, where's my thing here? If you're going to be appearing on FPL Have a Beer, then you've got to have a beer. So I need to finish this Red Bull so I can get onto the beer because we're going to be recording that video roughly 20 minutes after the deadline. And we've got less than an hour before the deadline. I've just realised 56 minutes we've got to go until game week 35 is here. All right, do I trust you or the card now? I think I'd default to the card, mate. The card's had a better run of luck than me in recent times. What does the card say about selling one between Diaz and Kluivert for Bowen? All right, Diaz and Kluivert for Bowen. All right, Diaz and Kluivert. Which one are you selling? Hey, look. It said the same thing to me. You're selling Kluivert. Selling Kluivert. At least it's consistent. I love it when it's consistent. That gives me more faith in the card when it's consistent. Which one will you bench? Rodgers, Bowen, Mbeumo, or Sarr? I feel like I've just done this one. I think you're benching Rodgers. Don't know why. I think you're just benching Rodgers. AM Glasner this week. Yes, all day long. All day long, AM Glasner is definitely the play for me this week. Love Have a Beers channel. Yes. Brilliant. I love it. Yes, make sure you get on it. I am appearing on a video with him very shortly. He also has just done a video with, I'm giving a shout out to all these people on my channel today, even though I don't even know who this person is, but they look great. FPL Mez is on the episode that he's releasing, I think, this week, and she is based in Sydney, Australia, and I'm going to send her a message because she runs FPL meets in Australia. So I'm going to try and tag on board with her and hopefully host some sort of event in Western Australia or somewhere and see if I can get an FPL meet going with there, hopefully grow both of our channels, etc., etc. Sakura and Mbeumo confirmed. Love it. I think it's a great move this week. Yes, AM Glasner all week long, mate. I think you've asked that a few times. Definitely AM Glasner. Current 11 is Raya, Guaviol, Konza, Livramento, Saka, Mbeumo, Sarr, Rodgers, Salah, Murphy, Bowen, Isaac Mamouche, AM, Iraola. Yeah, not bad. I think, okay, you're chasing table bonus the next 3 weeks. That makes a lot more sense. Now I understand what's going on. Mateta, Quivio, Munoz, Areola, 100k overall, thoughts. All right, let me think about that one again. All right, so you're going to do Sarr to Rodgers, Saka and Mbeumo. Yeah, I don't mind that. Yeah, I can tick that off. I think that looks pretty good on paper, actually. AM Iraola. I mean, that's a little exciting. I don't mind it at all. I need a drink. What do you think of Saka and Mateta out for Mbeumo and Watkins for a -4, 1.7 overall? Yep, I think that's great. Saka for Mbeumo is a no-brainer. Mateta for Watkins I love as well. I think Watkins is going to be so... I feel like lots of people are talking about Wissa. They're talking about Wood. They're talking about Cunha. I wonder what the ownership's like for all of them. Let's have a look. Hold on. Let's go to the forwards really quickly. Let's go team selected by rather than total points. So... Haaland's still owned by 22% of the comp. All those dead teams at the start of the year, eh? So Wood's 28% owned, Marmouche 29% owned. Then it's Watkins. Okay, so Watkins isn't as much of a differential as I thought he was. He's obviously a big differential compared to Isaac, but in general, he's not that good of a differential. Wissa's now up to 16%. Mateta's down to 14. Cunha's mid-13. Nicholas Jackson, I think, actually is someone that could be really good. The fixtures don't look good, but I think he's going to be really good. If you're after a real differential shout this week and no one's talking about him, the Vardy party, yes, he missed a penalty last week. I understand that. But this man is going to return. I would put money on this man returning this week. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him get goal 200 this week for Leicester City. The Vardy party might actually be the best buy this week. Let's get back there. That's the team as it thinks currently. All right, Isaac versus Mbeumo captain card flip. All right, yeah, go on. Let's see it. I'm here for it. So, by the way, FYI, it did call Mbeumo over Bowen before, in case anyone was wondering. It called Mbeumo over Bowen, just in case anyone wants to ask that question again. It was pretty confident on the Mbeumo call. Well, so what are we doing? Isaac and Mbeumo. Oh, mate, it's consistent. It came up with Mbeumo again. It's pretty confident on Bruyne. I mean, like, that's why I picked on Bruyne myself, right? I just think that Man United are just going to be god-awful on Sunday. And I hope they are god-awful. As a Man United fan, I don't want us to show up with a decent team. Like, just play the kids. Play the reserves. Nobody cares about the Premier League at this point. We just want to make sure we beat Spurs in the final or Bodo Glimt or whoever it is. Give us a Champions League. Then let's go and buy Cunha. So Cunha and Fernandes can play in the same team. Can you imagine how many goals and assists that's going to equal? We won't be in a negative goal difference next season. That is for sure. I just card flipped between Isaac and Mbeumo. So my thoughts on Mbeumo have definitely gone through the roof now that the card is also backing in Mbeumo over Isaac. I just thought, why not with Areola, especially after Arsenal lost, they'd want a full rest. Yep, could agree more with that. No De Bruyne. I haven't bought into De Bruyne at the moment. I am thinking about it, but I'm probably... Is the live still on? Yes, it's definitely happening. It's still on. Yeah, I'm definitely still live. I should be. Sometimes it might drop you because I'm hosting this from Australia. It seems to not like some people more than others for whatever reason. So just refresh it. I'm definitely here. It's definitely not dropped. I'll tell you before I leave. Captain De Bruyne. Yeah, I don't mind. If you've got De Bruyne in your team, he's definitely going to be a differential captaincy shout. I don't know if we've got any news about De Bruyne starting yet or not. But if anyone has any news on that or sees any leaks, please put it in the chat. I am intrigued to know. Eze to Bowen and Mbeumo or Mateta to Watkins, I'll captain who I buy. All right, Eze to Bowen and Mbeumo or Mateta to Watkins. I think you sell Mateta to Watkins. But then you're going to captain who is... I'd think I'd be tempted to make two transfers, to be honest. I think I'd probably do Eze and Mateta. I think I might even take a -4. And I'd take Mbeumo over Bowen just. And then I'd probably captain Mbeumo. Not sure on captaincy yet. Not got long. Yeah, I know we've got exactly 49 minutes to figure out what captains we're going to be going with. Mate, delighted to see you here. Dommy Wom, how are you, buddy? How are you? Your rando chat is my favorite FPL. Brilliant. I love it. Fantastic. I love when people come in and say I'm their favorite or whatever. Like, I'm not here for like the big one-ups or whatever, but it is nice to hear. I actually, when I started this channel at the start of the year, I was like, if I get to like 500 subs by the end of the season, I'll be pretty happy. Like, if I can get 5 people enjoying the rubbish that comes out of my mouth, that's probably pretty good. The fact that I'm now up to like 1,500, mind blown. Obviously, yeah, I'm just me. You literally just get me. I ain't sitting there pretending to be anything I'm not. I literally just do. This is what I'm like in real life. It doesn't get any better. It does. Sometimes I think it gets better. Sometimes it gets worse. By the way, if you haven't already smashed a like, can you please smash a like on the stream? That'd be awesome as well. Flecken, Mateta, Konza, and Livramento, do I bench boost? So Flecken's got Man United. That looks pretty good. Mateta's got Nottingham Forest, who have been poor. Konza's got Fulham and Livramento's got Brighton. Yeah, I think it's not a bad bench boost week. I mean, 36 looks really good for a lot of teams though. So if you've got better fixtures next week, if you do, maybe hold off until next week. But otherwise, if you're happy with that, like your bench boost is probably going to be better than mine. I got 6 points on mine. Thanks to one Bart Simpson who stunk it up in goals for me. What a flog he is. Absolute pompous goalkeeper he is. Simple Chili, hello. I got Cunha last week. Should I move? Oh, mate, you got Cunha for the right week last week. I tell you what. Should I move him to Wissa or Watkins this game week, or wait until next week and move Isaac on, or do it this week and take a -4 to move Raya out this game week? Whoa, all right, that's a lot of stuff in there. Let me unpack that a little bit more. Cunha post this week is actually pretty good through to the end of the season. I think Cunha post this week, but Cunha this week is, I can't see him getting anything except a 2 or a 1 or a suspension if he gets himself sent off. Which, let's be honest, it could happen. So for me, Cunha this week is no good. I don't know if it's worth a hit, though, to move out Raya and him, though. I like getting rid of Isaac next week. I'm also in the same boat. So I think, realistically, I feel like Wissa's the player I really love this week. Wissa's got Man United, followed by Ipswich. If that's not points galore in the next 2 weeks for Wissa, I'll be absolutely shocked. So for me, I think Wissa's the player. Oh, hi, mate. Start Eze Murphy. I'm sorry, Eze Murphy or Rogers. You start Murphy. But you should be starting 2 of them. So if you're starting 2 of them, I would go with Murphy and Rogers. Bench Eze. And that's why we're here. For the rubbish coming out of your mouth. Brilliant. Ironically, I actually spill out some really good gems as well, I think, occasionally. It's either that or the card calls the gems and I speak on the card's behalf. That's what I like to call. Well, I take credit for the card's good work rather than my own. I'm in a sticky situation. I need help. Yes. What is your sticky situation? Trossard or Bowen? Bowen all day long, Lilo. Has to be Bowen, man. Bowen's got Spurs. Trossard played 90 minutes against PSG. Probably will play against Bournemouth, but I think Arsenal are going to not get much out of that game. It's because most FPL creators mostly respond to just super chats. Yeah, man, I try. If I miss someone's chat, I actually feel really bad because I feel like I'm very good at like keeping up with chat as well. And if it starts getting really quick, I just start trying to go quicker and keep up with it all. I mean, I suppose if you've got like 4,000 people in chat, it might be a bit harder to keep up. But I feel like I'd still do it. I would get through everyone. I would just be super quick about it. I'd be like, bang, 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 bang. Murphy or Saar? Murphy for me. Or just bench Cunha and move Raya this week. I actually have thought about moving Raya myself this week for Pickford. I now think that the move I might do is Clive it to De Bruyne, and then next week, instead of moving Raya this week, play a Raya this week, and then move Raya to Sells in 36. Like, there's just looks like there's so much more upside in that move. I think. That's my honest opinion. So, yeah, I don't mind either of them. Or I might just roll this week and just see what happens. The card actually said to roll. So, maybe the card has actually got one right for once. And I just roll, and maybe Kevin De Bruyne is not actually going to do that much. I'm not sure. We wait and see. I mean, last week, the card told me not to do a -8. It said just do the -4. And if I'd done that, I would have actually got 2 more points because the other move I made actually didn't pay off. So maybe sometimes I should just follow the card's advice because sometimes it knows things that I definitely do not. I'm currently starting Murphy and Rogers, so I'll stick with that. Cheers, mate. No problem at all. Thanks, Ross. I do have an FPL question of sorts, though. I've done Saka and Isaac to Mbeumo and Wissa for -4. What do you think? I love it. I love the Brentford boys, man. I bought him in game week 34. And Mbeumo kind of was disappointing, but Wissa definitely delivered on the hype. And he brought my rank back to 6,118. Prior to that Nottingham Forest Brentford game, I was actually up to 8,500, which was a shocking week against the free hit template. But I'm feeling pretty good about life again now. Still need to piss out bench boost at some point. Yeah, 36 looks great for bench boost in general. That's when I would be recommending playing that chip. -8 for Kevin De Bruyne in and Mbeumo in and Wissa in for Mateta out, Savinho out and Saka out. Or Mbeumo in, O'Brien in and Savinho out, Saliba out. Can you not just do Can you not just... Oh, you've got Savinho and Saka. I think in your case, I just do Mbeumo for Saka. And I think I'd probably do Wissa for Mateta and leave it at that. And just take a -4. That's my... I think that... Oh, okay, you want to flip the card? Yeah, I can do that. Well, what do we do? Flip the card for the -8 or flip the card for O'Brien? How's that sound? -8 and flip for O'Brien. Whoops. It landed on O'Brien, ironically. FYI, it doesn't like the -8. The card didn't like my -8 last week either, so it's quite happy doing the -4. Doesn't like -8, so maybe keep that in mind. Is there any City team leaks yet? Not that I've seen. I have been refreshing my Twitter feed, but there's been nothing that I've seen on there. Just a quick reminder, if you could please like the stream, that'd be awesome as well. Should I get Shade over Wissa for a differential? I've got Mbeumo. Nah. Wissa's way better than Shade. I watched that game against Brentford. I know Shade scored. I just feel like that was a really hopeful ball from Collins. And I mean, Wissa's goal was a very hopeful ball from Flecken as well. So at the end of the day, they were both really hopeful balls. They both got put away. Milinkovic just had a mare in this game. He absolutely had a mare. Who to start out of Quivior, Munoz, Guardiol, Canade, Milinkovic? You start Guardiol. And then good luck with the rest. No, I think I'd start Munoz. I've got Munoz starting over Milinkovic in my team. I think in your team, I think I'd actually start Milinkovic, Munoz, and Guardiol, and I bench Canade, and I bench Kivior. I think that's where I'd go. I think that's where I would land if I had your team. Yep. Actually, that's a really good shout. Maybe the card can shed some light. Maybe let's do it. Munoz, start Milinkovic. Start Munoz. There you go. I've got it right. I'm happy to back the card in on that one because I thought about it long and hard today. I feel like Munoz is going to be a lot more chance of an attacking return. I expect Forest to score in that game, but I kind of also expect Palace to score. And I think Munoz is more likelihood to be involved in a goal than Milinkovic is in this particular game. All right, no way the card was right for Cunha over Salah last week. I know, can you believe it, man? It called Cunha captaincy, and I did say if I was going to buy Cunha, I would be captaining him 100%, and he was brilliant. Would you do Isaac to Watkins at 500k rank? Yes, 100%. Definitely. I would do that at 500k rank. Chase as high and see as high as you can go. Hello, Layama Ivan. Nice to see you. I don't think I've ever seen you in the chat before. Hello and welcome. Should I start Ruben Diaz or Munoz alongside Guardiol, but Mateta is benched? Mateta is benched. Normally, I would always play a forward over a defender, but I can't see Wolves scoring tonight, so I think I'd actually play Ruben Diaz over Mateta. That's what I would do. I think that's what I would do. Play Ruben Diaz over Mateta. It just feels bad benching a forward for a defender. Like, who's the other midfielder forward on your bench? That's what I want to know. Awful bunch of defenders this week. Yeah, I mean, most people are going to be in the same boat, which is why I don't think I want to waste a transfer on the defense. I think a lot of people, I mean, the card has been pretty damn accurate most of this season. Can you card flip for Strand Larsen to Wissa or Bruno to Bowen? Whoa. Surely it's going to pick Wissa. Surely it's going to pick Wissa. But then, I don't know, maybe it picks Bowen. Let's have a look. All right, get Wissa. Get Bowen. Oh, well, that's interesting. It came back with get Bowen. Some calls, I swear, I'm like going, it's going to be wrong. It has to be wrong. And then other times I'm like, oh, okay, I give up. Like, how does it call some things? I've got no idea. So it's calling Bowen over Wissa as a pick. But it's picked Mbeumo over Bowen as captain, FYI. So that's also really interesting to note. Can we see the bench? Yes, you can see the bench. X2. I have a really crappy bench this week. I have Verbruggen on bench, Kluivert, Milinkovic, and Kukurea. Verbruggen is never getting anywhere near my starting lineup again. I can't wait to ditch this idiot on free hit 38. I can't believe he's spent so much time in my team this season. The fact he's spent this long in my team this season actually pains me. Like, I've stuffed it up so hard with this man. Buddy Bart Simpson, never again. He's on the never again list. Never again list. Are you going to card flip for your I did. It said to roll. So I went against the card last week when it said don't take a -8. And the card had it right last week and I took the -8 and I just made myself 2 points worse off, really. The important question is, when are the T-Unit T-shirts being made? I'm waiting. Now, I have actually put some... I haven't got the actual one that I'm wearing on here, but I am trying to create a... I've actually got I've got a spread shot. It's actually linked in the video description. There is a tank top like this on the spread shop, and I've tried to make them as dirt cheap as possible to the point where I think from cost price to whatever, I've literally added an extra 50p because that was the lowest amount it would let you do. I've got no interest in making money off it. I just want people to have cool shirts. It's the honest answer. They're the dirt cheapest prices I could ever buy. I bought this one myself. That's how much I was like, I liked it. So they're definitely there. I am going to be adding some more designs for like the different levels as well. So Peter is a by the way, we've actually got a new member as well. That's a D-Unit cult hero. I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name. He's Forsiv something. Shout out to him. If you're watching this back, you're an absolute champ. I did not realize that you had joined until I was mucking around with emojis today. I was going to upload some new ones. I just didn't get round to do it because I had to have a sleep so I could do the stream. But I did check on there and I've actually got a new member. So thank you very much. Anyone that's paying me money, you guys are absolute champs. I just do this for fun. But the fact that you guys think I'm good enough for that, it makes me feel very good inside. Let's have a look. Rico Sinclair at 700 rank. What shall I do and who do you think I should have? Let me know what your team is and I'll let you know what you should do. Bowen it is. Yep. Hey, bro, what is the best time to free hit because I missed game week 34 deadline? Dino, I have free hit as well. Free hit 38, power to the people. We finish with a bang. I'll be here for a 6-hour special for game week 38. I'll do the deadline stream into how to fix Man United for next season, and then we'll do the live watch along and then the aftermath of the free hit post that. Free hit 38 is going to be super powerful. I'm hoping it's going to be better than free hit 34. Start Murphy over Mateta and start Konza or Saliba. Start Konza, start Murphy. Just entered the stream. Hello, buddy. Oh, this is the member. This is the guy. I'm sure it is. I'm sure I've got it right, unless I'm an absolute idiot. Thank you very much. What are your thoughts on Saka this week? I've got Rashford, Dean, and Kilman on my bench with no plans to make any transfers. Oh, hold on. What? Just in the stream. What are your thoughts on Saka this week? Sell Saka. I would sell Saka this week. If I still had him in my team, if I still had him from game week 33, I would 100% be ditching that man and saying see you later until game week 38. I'm going to take a -8 this week. For Van Linson for Wissa, Palmer for Bowen, Colwell for Guaviol. Is it worth it? Yes. I was promised the first supporter freebie. Don't be a tight ass. Yes, it is coming. I just want to make sure I'm really happy with it. These ones here are actually promotional. So I'll show you. I don't know. I don't want to show my ass because I've only got jocks on. But on the back, I don't know if you can see that, but I've actually got a link to the channel on the back. So I wear these shirts out. So I actually went and DJ'd last week at an event post the deadline stream, and I just got people to sub to the channel, and I just said just scam my back. So this you don't want this shirt, but it is a cool shirt. But I can definitely send one of these out for free. Card flip to take out Saka or keep him in. If this comes back with keep Saka, I'm going to throw this card in the bin because it doesn't know what it's talking about. All right, keep Saka, sell Saka. Oh my God, it came back with keep Saka. Are you kidding me? Keep Saka. Maybe it's because game week 38 is going to be amazing for Saka. Or maybe everyone's going to sell him and he's actually going to start and actually pop. Nah, he's not starting this week at all, surely. Surely that's got it wrong. My auto captain was on Bowen, and I'm tempted to leave it on him. What do you reckon? Yeah, I don't mind it. Differential captain all day long. I mean, I just lost my mind then. The card just said keep sucker. What's wrong with it? It's having a mare. Would you play Sarr over Murphy and Buemo, Saka and Alanga? Thanks for the content. No problem, buddy. I'm just here to provide some entertainment and some laughs. I would play Murphy over Sarr. Oh, yeah, I think I'd bench Sarr. The only one I'd potentially play Sarr over is Alanga. I think it was Sarr over Alanga, yes. I'd also play Sarr over Saka. I don't know if Salah is meant to... Oh, no, that's Salah. It's like Mo Salah. No. Yeah, that's not Saka. No, my bad. I'd play... Yeah, I think it'd be between Sarr and Alanga for me. Chu Wang Shum. Question 1. Start Raya or Martinez? Already starting Saliba. Start Martinez then. Question 2. Rogers, Sarr, Mateta. Start which 2? You start Rogers and Sarr, bench Mateta. Hawk tour. Oh, I just wanted to say that. Hey, mate, who should I play? One of Burn, Munoz, and Wan-Bissaka. Hold on. What? Who should I play? One of Burn, Munoz, and Wan-Bissaka. Start. Boy, that's a really tough question. I feel like Wan-Bissaka's got the most chance of a clean sheet out of that, even though it's West Ham. But my heart says, because I'm playing him, play Munoz. And Burn. I'm playing Munoz and Burn, so I would recommend one of them. To answer your question, my full team, starting 11. All right, Martinez, Ruben Diaz, Guavio, Quivior, bench Quivior, get him out. Sarr, Bowen, Mbuemo, Rogers, Salah, Mamouche, Isaac, bench Raya, Mateta, Munoz, Livermore. Get Munoz on the field for Quivior. Definitely. Get Munoz on the field for Quivior all day long, or Livramento, either of them. Definitely bench Quivior. I don't think Arsenal are doing anything. I'm keeping Saka. Love it. The card said keep Saka. Now people are keeping Saka. What is this? It's lost the plot. What are your thoughts on assistant manager? I still have that. Should I wait till next week? I only have 0.5 million in right now because I got, okay. All right. In that case, you need to make some money. You need to make 0.3 million for at least to be able to play it on like Glasner, to play it on Iraola, any manager that's got table bonus. I just play the chip for fun at this point. It's the end of the season. Just have fun. Have fun. Take some differential punts. 100% that's what I'll be doing. Yeah. And Buemo and Bowen, yep. They are the two best buys this week by a country mile, followed by Wissa. Random non-FPL question. Are toilet spiders actually a thing in Australia? I have seen spiders, daddy long legs, so not the ones that kill you. Ironically, they are actually the most poisonous spiders in the world, daddy long legs, but they don't actually, because their bite or their whatever it is, however they put the venom into other spiders, well, they can't put it into humans. They're not capable of doing it, but they literally kill every other spider. So if you want to see a spider in a toilet, it is most likely almost 100% going to be a daddy long leg. And they're like small body, long legs. But I've never had one touch my ass. So what is this stream become? This is brilliant. I've never had one touch my ass, and long may that continue. Okay, so my team is Raya, Martinez, Saliba, Nico Williams, Guavio, Munoz, Dean, Sarr, Rogers, Saka, Salah. Well, you've got a pretty good team. Savinho, Mamouche, Mateta, Isaac. 1 free transfer and 0.2 in the bank. What should I do at 700k rank? Get rid of Savinho or Mateta. And you want to bring in Mbuemo for Savinho if you've got the funds. Oh no, you've only got 0.2 in the bank. Oh my God, that's not going to work. Okay, you could ditch Mateta. I would actually probably do a -4 in your case. I think I'd ditch Mateta for Wissa, which should free up the funds to do Savinho to either Mbuemo or Bowen, whichever one you can afford. That's what I would do. Try to catch first in mini league by 80 points. Whoa, you've got 80 points. If you've got any chips left, this is the time to be playing them. because 80 points is a lot in 4 weeks. That's 20 a week. I mean, it's doable, but it's going to be hard. Why bench Mateta and Saliba? I just don't think Arsenal get anything out of that game when I see Bournemouth scoring, which is why I would bench Saliba. Mateta's minutes have been poor in comparison to the other options you've got. So for that reason, that's why I would say bench Mateta. That's what I would do anyway. Thanks, mate. Love your energy. Thank you. Tour. All right, man. I just had to say it again. It's brilliant. Spit on that thing. Munoz and Mateta for Sarr. Mate, just edit that out. YouTube are going to kill me for some of the rubbish that comes out of my mouth. Munoz and Mateta or Sarr out for Glasner. Munoz and Mateta or Sarr out for Glasner. I think I'd get rid of Mateta. There's so many good forwards this week. If you like Wissa, I would just get Wissa in for Mateta and play Glasner. Mateta to Wissa, Watkins for a -4, Sakura and Burma already done. Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. I think Wissa and Watkins probably cover the -4 on Mateta this week. Yes, Dean, any Cartel Man City info? I have not bothered to check, to be honest with you. I probably should. We've got 26 minutes. I mean, the Cartel probably already have the information, and they're just not sharing it because, like, have any of them bought in Kevin De Bruyne? That is the key news here. I'm just quickly reading through some nonsense. Yeah, I can't see anything on here that anyone's said anything, but the fact that the Cartel doesn't look like they're bringing in Mbeumo. Sorry, not Mbeumo. It doesn't look like they're bringing in Kevin De Bruyne. Makes you think that they're not sold on him. They don't have the info. I don't know. That's all I would say on that to the weekend fix. Kevin De Bruyne for captaincy. I don't mind it if he starts. I mean, but I'm not sure if we're going to know if he's going to start or not. We've got 25 minutes to find out, I suppose. And then we'll know in exactly 50 minutes time or whatever it is. Well, it's 25 plus 15, 40 minutes time. There we go. My maths is miles off. Probably because of the fact it's 1:05 in the morning. And I'm about to record a podcast after this. It's going to be brilliant. It's going to be a great time. FYI, if you haven't already, please check out FPL Have a Beer. I'm doing a podcast with him after this. It will be on his channel in the lead up to Game Week 38, I believe. And you can find out about how I tick, hopefully. I don't know what he's going to ask me, but we've got to hopefully make it as entertaining as possible because I think it's his last one he's doing for the year. And we want to make sure we go out with a bang. All right, where are we at? I want more animal info. I didn't know that's why I was here, but I now hope for more. I can tell you that pigeons have a fascination with crashing into my face. When I lived in London, I got hit by a pigeon flying into me on 3 separate occasions. One actually almost gave me concussion. It hit me that hard. But yeah, that's some more random animal info for you. My cat's breath smells like cat food. That's probably a sign that you've fed it some cat food. By the way, my dog's breath that lives with my mum now, I've got a Puggalia. No, I had a Puggalia called Snoopy, and then I had a pug called Nugget. So where I live is Kalgoorlie. It's famous for gold. So I got Nugget, and she's abbreviated to Nug the Pug. So named after the fact that gold nuggets. So Nug the Pug, and she's just an absolute character. But she stinks. Every time I go to mum's, I'm like, can you please brush her teeth? She's breathing on me, going, and she just stinks. Nothing worse than cat breath or dog breath. It's like when you wake up next to someone and they haven't brushed their teeth the day before. It's no good. I wouldn't be my ass. I'd be worried about, mate. I'd be worried about your dick. I think I'd be worried about that too, to be fair. You can have my ass all day long. Nah, just... All right, this has become M-rated. Would you... Oh, I'm losing the plot. Would you play Rodgers or get a -4 and get him Wissa for Mateta? I think I'd go Wissa to Mateta, for a -4. I mean, I've taken so many -4s this year. I've actually taken 4 -4s and a -8. So I've actually thrown away 22 points this season in hits. And I think it's worked out pretty well. I mean, I'm ranked 6,118. Maybe if I'd taken no hits, I wouldn't be this rank. It's quite possible. I mean, I took a -4 in game week 29 when it was the blank game week, and I got a massive green arrow. I felt like this week I'd actually read the week pretty well. I just didn't expect all the defenders that were popular on free hit to go as big as they did. I was hold on. Yep, I did that one. I was 135 points away, but then got 110 on free hit. Oh my God. That's really good. Nobody blanked. Also, 110 on free hit. Oh my God. You have not joined the league. You need to join the league. Code is on the screen because I would have shouted you out this week because the top score I saw in the league was 101. So if you're not in the league or I missed you, and if I missed you, I apologise. Also, Mateta to Wisser and Savinho to Mbeumo doesn't work. 0.7 needed. Oh, you could go Bowen instead. I would just go Bowen instead of Mbeumo. Oh no, you're still going to be short. You're going to be short by 0.1. Oh, that's no good. Go the Vardy party. Just go a wild differential shout. Go Vardy party. I can't get to Kevin De Bruyne as need to save the slot for Haaland if he's back next week. I know I can get Kevin De Bruyne, but I've got the exact money for Marmoush to Haaland next week. So I kind of just don't want to do anything. The card said to roll. Maybe the card knows that Haaland is coming back. Don't waste my money, B unit. Keep it for the play next week and just pay Murphy instead of Kevin De Bruyne and hope it doesn't hurt too much. Maybe that's what the plan is. Decore, Trossard, or Shade. I don't know why, but I'm picking Decore. I've got no reasoning behind that at all. I just think that it's worth a punt. I mean, if Evan is scoring goals, he's probably involved. Jacob Fowler, how are you? Sada Bowen or Mateta to Wissa Watkins for a -4. I think I'd make a forward transfer there instead of Sada Bowen. Even though I really love Bowen this week and for the rest of the season, I feel like Wissa and Watkins for Mateta just seems better in terms of making points for the rest of the season. Captain Bowen or Kevin De Bruyne if you're chasing. Either or. Both are going to be massive differentials in terms of captaincy this week. Jared Bowen, as things stand, is 10.8% ownership. I'm going to refresh this page just to check that is actually correct. 10.8% ownership. Kevin De Bruyne is 8% ownership at the moment. So both of them are going to be mad differentials. If they both pop, you're going to be making bulk rank. But if they don't, then you're going to be obviously on the other side of that. We're going to get all the D unit love. FPL Have a Beer loves to ask about how managers got into FPL. I actually don't know. This is a really interesting question. I'll give you a sneak peek into this question. How did I get into FPL? I've only played FPL 5 years and I'm 38 years old. Believe it or not, I'm actually 38. All right, I don't act like I'm 38, but I am 38. Probably need to grow up in life, but I still think I'm 18 at heart. And until I don't think that anymore, I'm going to continue it as long as possible. As you can tell, I definitely don't have kids. But I got into FPL because my mate said, "Oi, do you want to play FPL?" I was like, "What's this rubbish?" I was like, "Oh yeah, give it a go." Did you know the very first week of FPL, I played my triple captain because I had no clues that you only got one chip of triple captain. I was like, "Oh, triple captain." I just read the title on the chip and it said triple points. I was like, brilliant. All right. So I just played it first game week. I got super lucky that the week I played it on Harry Kane. I remember this vividly, and everyone goes, "Why'd you play your triple captain this week?" I was like, "Oh, because you can play it every week, right?" And they're like, "No, you get it once a year." And I was like, "What? For real?" Turned out he ended up getting a goal and an assist, and I think he ended up with 13 points. So it wasn't the worst triple captaincy play ever. But now that, I mean, ironically, I'd take 13 points in game week 36 from my triple captain. I would be over the moon if I get it right next week. So maybe I can have a Harry Kane moment with it next week. That's the plan anyway. I could just do Kevin De Bruyne and Mbeumo and Wissa in for Mateta, Saka and Savinho for a -8, but try to catch first by 80 points. You're taking -8, you're literally then trying to make up 88 points. You've got to hope that your differentials are going to absolutely pop. If you think that they're going to make up at least 20 points this week on what the team that he's got, then it's definitely worth the -8. If it's not, I'm not sure it's worth it. Thoughts on Marino and Saka to Kevin De Bruyne and Bowen? Yes, 100%. I can tick that one off, Michael. That's an easy one to give an opinion on. Freddie W. Sarr on Mateta and White. I'm leaning to Sarr for minutes versus Mateta for penalties. Yeah, I'd play Sarr for minutes all day long. Also, Mateta missed that penalty. I don't even know if he's going to be on penalty the next time they get one. So for that reason, I'd pick Sarr. Whistle or Watkins, plenty of money in the bank. I'm going Wisser because I bought Wisser myself. I think I actually have Wisser as the best forward to buy between now and the end of the season. I think Watkins is a close third. I think Wood's still in front of. I think I've still got Wood in front of Watkins in my head. Watkins definitely comes in at number 3. If Haaland is fit, Haaland jumps straight to the top next week. Star Rogers on Mateta. Should I back my forward? I'd probably play Rogers. He's going to be a 90-minute man versus Mateta, who might not make it more than 70 minutes. Jojo, I never knew they were a league. I never knew they were a league. Joined, don't worry, I'm not a threat to anyone's rank. Oh, good, I hope you are a threat. We literally got a new leader this week who joined this week and must have watched the video, seen the code, and joined. And now he's leading the thing. After I've had the same leader for what feels like, I've worked out I can still win my own league. It's definitely doable. I'm 48 points behind, I think, the leader. And I've still got 2 chips to play. He's got none. Like, it is possible. If I nail my triple captain, if I nail my free hit, if I nail a couple of differential captains and picks between now and the end of the season, I could catch him. Like, I could win my own league. That'd be amazing. Could you imagine the scenes? That would be kind of cool. Transfer locked in. Yeah, at the moment, I'm rolling. I'm just going to roll this team. Raya's in goal, by the way. I did think about moving Raya. I did think about bringing in Kevin De Bruyne. I think the longer I leave it, I've got 15 minutes to confirm it. But the card said roll to my team. Last week, I went against the card and it didn't work. This week, I think I'm just going to roll with the card and hope that it's also got it right again. It's funny that pretty much any week was a good triple captain when Salah was in form. I know, my God. Can the man come back into form? Who is your goalie? Can't see it on the pic. Sorry, yes. There we go. Raya is in goal. It's only because of the fact that I just don't know if I really want to waste another keeper transfer. And realistically, I'd like to bring in Sells next week. I could even go triple Forest defense next week. I might bring in Sells, and if Haaland's not fit, I might bring in Sells and Aina next week and just make a double transfer and just roll with it and like back in triple Forest defense for the next 2 weeks. City team leaks. Has anyone got him? Anyone heard anything? I've been checking. I haven't seen anything get posted. So, yeah. But yeah, I can't say anything. I can see anything there. I'm still looking. But I can't see anything. It doesn't look like anyone's leaked anything yet. No one seems to be really bringing him in either. So he's going to be a massive... All right, the FPL newsletter reckons Haaland doesn't start, Mamouche does. It's got nothing on there about Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah. Yeah, I can't see... Yeah, I can't see anything. So I don't want to waste anything. Let's get back to the comments. I can't see anything. I'm going Vardy captain. Love it. Take a punt. This is the time to do it. Vardy captain could be massive. I don't mind that at all. Yeah, they do. Leicester have some of the amazing fixtures down the season. Jamie Vardy wants 200 goals for Leicester. I can put money on it right now. He'll get 2 goals. He might even get them both this week. Murphy or Sarr to play or play both and bench Mateta. I'd play both and bench Mateta. Bench Bruno, Eze or Murphy. Bench Bruno. It sounds wrong considering I'm a Man United fan, but Amrin surely doesn't start him. Like, why would you risk him? Like, in a Brentford game that makes no sense, he could get injured, all of a sudden you're in trouble. Hello, Freddie. I was wondering when I'd see you today. Hi, mate. Who should I captain this week without Mbuemo? Could be Cunha, Isaac, Murphy, or Marmouche. I think in your case, I'd go between Isaac and Marmouche and flip a card. I'd probably go with Isaac because he's playing later in the game week. And if Marmoush blanks tonight, you're going to have a very long game week. I think I'd go Isaac or Marmoush. I don't think I'd go Salah. I reckon you'll win league. Have faith. Free hit 38 is massive. I know. I'm hoping that free hit 38 is going to be massive. Lazy FPL. You are 54 points behind us. I knew I was close. Thank you, Nathan Bowles. I knew someone would come out here. I knew it was like around 49 to 50. I just couldn't remember. 54. I mean, I can roll in 54 points. As a Arby, hello. Who would you bench out of Evanlinson, Murphy, and Bruno? Again, I'd probably bench Bruno. Bournemouth have the second best attack in the league. Yeah, they do. I think I'd just bench Bruno. I feel like I just if I'm Amarin, I'm not starting Bruno. So for that reason, who did the card flip say to captain? It went Mbeumo over Bowen, FYI, Andrew. So I'm going with Mbeumo. I had it on Mbeumo at the start of the week. I'm keeping it on him. Did you use the card for captaincy yet? Yes, I did. I picked Mbeumo over Bowen. Bournemouth have the second best attack away from... It also called Mbeumo over someone else. And I can't remember who the other person was. So it's called Mbeumo twice. Bournemouth have the second best attack away from home. Yeah, they're pretty good. Like, Bournemouth are pretty good. They're playing an Arsenal team that's going to be massively rotated. I don't mind that at all. Start Mateta or Eze? I would start Eze. When United Brentford game, 9 o'clock on Sunday night for us in the Western Australia. So it's 11 p.m. for you, Liam, in the Eastern States. Yeah, Marmoush is starting. Yeah, I seen that. But yeah, Marmoush is starting. Yeah, 100%. I seen that. It's got nothing about Kevin De Bruyne, FYI, which is really interesting. I thought that more people were worried about Kevin De Bruyne starting than Marmoush. So, did we get news on whether Haaland's on the bench? Has Haaland made the bench? Does anyone know if Haaland's made the bench? That'd be interesting to know. Start to Murphy, Kluivert, and Cunha. I would start Murphy and Kluivert, bench Cunha. Martinez, Quivior, Munoz, Guardiola, Rogers, Salah, Mbeumo, Kevin De Bruyne, Mateta, Marmoush, Isaac. Who shall I captain? 1.7k overall. Take a massive punt in the dark, man. Captain Rogers. Nah, I'm joking. Don't do that. Don't do that. I would captain Mbeumo. I'm captaining Mbeumo, so I can't recommend something I'm not doing. Do you think Kevin De Bruyne starts? He only has 5 games left for City. I know. This is the interesting one. I'm not sure whether he starts or not. Realistically, I think Kevin De Bruyne should start the remaining games for City, but he didn't start in the FA Cup, which I'll get any minutes, which is always concerning. Like, does that mean he's injured again? What's going on there? No one really knows. And you never get too much out of Pep either, which is also annoying. Where are we? Do you play Raya or Martinez? I'd probably play Martinez, if I'm being brutally honest, but Aston Villa's defence is nowhere near as good as Arsenal's. I don't know. I'm only playing Raya because I don't want to make a transfer anymore. It was Isaac. Yes, that's right. Isaac versus Mbeumo, and it came up with Mbeumo over Isaac. Yep, that's correct. Thank you, Liam. Quivior or Munoz? Start Munoz. More chance of an attacking return, let's be honest. I have Raya in, and in goal, Munoz and Guardiola. Start Burn, Saliba or Murillo. I'm starting Burn. Yeah, I'm starting Burn. I'm starting Burn on my own team as well, over Milinkovic and Kukurea, who I've got no interest in starting. Good luck to you as well, Beta. 8 minutes till the deadline. Also, Salah has 28 goals and 18 assists. He may want to hit 30 to 20. Yeah, I agree. I think he probably does. Sells or Henderson this week? I'd probably go with Sells, because Sells is probably going to make more saves than Henderson this week. But I expect them both to concede. So for that reason, I'd pick Sells because he's going to get save points. No other reason other than that. Yep. 8 minutes left. I'm rolling. I think I'm going to roll Bowen vice captain and Mbeumo captain. Leasy with 2 free transfers for 36. I think this week I am very tempted to do a goalkeeper transfer, but I think that this week I might just forego Everton against Ipswich and hope that Ipswich score, and then bring in Sells for 36. And then that still means that next week, if Haaland's fit, I can still do Haaland in for Marmoush with my 7.4 million that's sitting in my bank as things stand. Is Vardy even worth a punt? 100% he's worth a punt. He's definitely scoring 2 goals between now and the end of the season. Why are you starting Burn? I've got Quivior in over Livramento. What do you do? I'd start Livramento over Quivior. I think Brighton. I'm not sure Brighton score. I think Newcastle got a lot more to play for than Brighton. Yes, good luck to you guys as well. Thank you very much for the good luck. Hopefully this week it is Green Arrow Central. I mean, the good news is I didn't have to take any hits to bring in anyone because I've already had these guys with hits last week. So everyone that's bringing in Mbuemo, Bowen for hits, I've already making 4 points on them this week without me having to do anything. So I'm kind of happy about that. It also then means I've got a little bit more flexibility in 36, but I'll definitely be attacking 36 and 37, dead ending my team into 38, and then just hoping for the absolute best in 38. Man U fan as well. I was put off by Amarin. Yeah, I know. The comments made me think Mbuemo's the best captaincy shout by a country mile. You don't know what team he's going to start with. Might be strong, but not worth the risk. 100%. Isaac or Marmoush captain, really undecided. All right, let's just flip the card and see what the card says. Isaac captain, Marmoush captain. Card reckons Marmoush captain. There you go. When in doubt, default to the card. The card rarely gets it wrong. Vardy punt over holding Cunha the next 3 weeks. Yes, 100%. I'd definitely do the Vardy party. If I had free transfers enough, like more than what I've got, and I wasn't worried about Haaland being available for 36. If I did not have triple captain, I would have made a transfer this week. But because I've got triple captain and Haaland is a chance to be fit for 36, part of me wants to roll so I can then bring in Haaland for Mamouche if he's fit next week and just play my triple captain on Haaland. Like that is, and then hope he comes back and scores like 4 against Southampton like he should have done the last time. Thinking of Whistle or Kevin De Bruyne cap instead of Isaac. Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. Drunk Fort, yeah. Drunk forts are quite often really good forts. You can ask Andrew Florence about them. He does that all the time. Card flip between Cunha and Vardy. All right, see what it says. Cunha and Vardy. Oh, mate, it's on. It called the Vardy party. I mean, the card did call Cunha captain last week over Salah, so it's got pretty good form. Okay, liver in for Quivior. And at this point, I don't care what the outcome difference is. You're freaking awesome, so I'll be happily blamed. Thank you. Oh, brilliant. That's what I love to hear, Dummy One. That makes me happy. Look, I'm just here for the ride. And Savinho Forts, I'm glad I don't have Savinho. That's all I'm going to say on that one. If he's starting, I think you're going great. But otherwise, yeah, they are great forts. Yes, they are. They are. They are the best forts, 100%. There's nothing better than when Andrew's in the WhatsApp chat and he's drunk and he's making moves. I get excited just reading it. I wish that was me. Let's have a look. I don't think there's any... I still no news on like Kevin De Bruyne starting or not. I'm just having a quick look now. Can't see anything. All of getting news through is that Marmouche is starting on leaks, but other than that... Yeah. All right. Nothing. Can't see anything on there. So if you've got Kevin De Bruyne, it's a bit of a risk and you're hoping for the best. 3 minutes. All right, let's have a look at the last little comments. Let's see if I can get in here. They are great forwards. Start Murphy or Rogers. You start Murphy, I think. Murphy's just in... I mean, there's not much between them, to be fair. Murphy and Rogers are both in amazing form, but I'm starting Murphy. I can't choose a captain. Just pick Mbuemo if you've got him. I'm going with Mbuemo, so for that reason, I'm just going to say Mbuemo. The card picked Mbuemo over Bowen. It picked Mbuemo over Isaac. I haven't done the others combinations. Start Wood, Clive or Murphy. I would start Woody over those two. Salah, Isaac, Mamouche, Bowen, Mbuemo. Would you captain Mbuemo? Yes, I am captaining Mbuemo. Mbuemo captain on the stream. My team is locked in. Just checking if my team is locked in. Hold on. Yes, it is locked in. Yep. We're locked and loaded. I'm rolling this week, doing no moves. Would you captain Bruyne? De Bruyne is watching you. Yes, 100% he's watching me. He's probably not happy. He's probably going to literally dump a hat-trick on my ass because I didn't bring him in. Shell fold if it goes bad. Yeah, 100% I'll own it. Start Eze or Murphy. I would start Murphy. Clivert or Murphy. I'd start Murphy. I mean, I'm benching Clivert instead of Murphy. So, I hope I've got it right. We'll see if I've got it right. I finally finished my can of Red Bull. It took me 2 hours to do that. KDB starts. All right, where do we get that from? Kevin De Bruyne starts. -8 for Martinez out, Saka out, and Mateta out for Watkins and Buemo and Sells in. Yeah, I don't mind it. Have Raya, should I -4 on Pickford? No, I didn't. I've actually decided just to play Raya this week. So, Chris, I would just play Raya. I weighed up a goalkeeper transfer this week, but my plan now is to bring in Sells next week for Raya and hope that Arsenal do something this week. Think him out of time and fairness. You got 1 minute. Kevin De Bruyne starts. Savinho benched. There we go. Oh, focal. I don't believe the word focal says. Is that just me? Oh, brilliant. I'm captain Kevin De Bruyne and bench boost. I hope it goes so well. It should be the deadline now. We should be locked out. That is my team before I press the refresh button. It is now 1:30. I have rolled. I'm not doing anything. And we are now officially locked out. Now let's go to challenge really quickly. Let's finish this stream off before I have to then go and do a podcast. Now last week I did Nottingham Forest versus Brentford. I think I went in Buemo captain. I did. I wish I'd gone Wissa captain. That would have been so much better. And I kind of went Kukurea instead of the blokes that just went ham at the back. That doesn't feel overly good. So that was probably pretty poor. But if we have a look at this week, what is this week? So it's double players from Brighton and Newcastle and double points. All right, so we want to go 1-2-1. Forward, we want to go Isaac. I think on the goalkeeper position, we want to go. Well, definitely not going for Bruggen. Stuff that man. He's dead to me. In terms of defenders, you know what? Let's back in Burn since I'm playing him to just dominate. In the midfield, we'll go with Murphy because I'm playing him, so that makes sense. Let's go to midfielders. Imagine just pick all Newcastle players. Would it even allow you to do that? I don't even know if it does. And then we're not going to go with anyone else. We're going to go with Buemo. And in this thing, we'll just go with, I think we'll go with Murphy captain. How does that sound? See how that goes. There we go. FPL challenge done for the week. What a squad. Pope, Burn, Murphy captain, Isaac, and Mbuemo. There we go. All right. Let's see what... I need KDB to deliver. That would be epic. I hope he does. Honestly, I hope he does. I don't have him, but I hope for everyone else. I'm not one of them people that sits there and goes, I hope other people have bad weeks because I'm having a bad week. I'd rather, like last week when everyone had amazing free hit weeks, I was like, it's annoying I wasn't on free hit, but I was so happy that so many other people scored massive points. I just love it when FPL assets score. Yes, it's annoying when I don't have them, but that's part of the game and you got to have a bit of fun with it. Locked, good luck. Good luck all. Yep. Diaz or Konza, I would have started Diaz over Konza. Yeah, man, been a while. Thoughts on making Kevin De Bruyne a captain? I think if you'd made it for the deadline and we knew he was definitely starting, I don't mind the Kevin De Bruyne captaincy at all. On that note, thank you very much for joining us. I can't believe that I've been so full of energy today considering how tired I should be feeling. But I'm now going to do a podcast with FPL Have a Beer. So if you haven't already, this will be out in the lead up to game week 38. So make sure you go and check him out. FPL Have a Beer. Great bloke. And I'm actually very excited for whatever he's going to ask me in the podcast. It's going to be great. Going to be great fun. So yeah. Matoma should be in your squad. Yeah, maybe. I owned Matoma earlier this season and he was one of those other blokes that Actually, yeah, I get where you're coming from now. I just don't think I'm backing in Burn and Pope to keep a clean sheet, which is why I picked them. Otherwise, I would have picked other goalkeepers. So for that reason, I'm picking Mbeumo. I think Mbeumo outscores them all. Yeah, there we go. All right, that's FPL challenge. That's the stream done. Good luck in game week 35. This is the 4th last week of the season. Tomorrow I might be on for a live reaction stream, potentially on Saturday for the 3 p.m. kickoffs. I'm just seeing who's actually playing. Let's have a look. So it's Aston Villa, Fulham early kickoff, Everton versus Ipswich, Leicester versus Southampton. Oh no, I'm not doing a live stream tomorrow because those games are rubbish and I've got no one playing in them and they'll be boring. I would do it on Sunday, but I'm going to be watching it at a mate's house in Perth when all the big games are happening. But there is a live reaction stream in game week 36 and there will be one in 37 and 38 as well. I'll see you then. Good luck in game week 35.